up? What's up? This is Conversations with King. And I'm just happy to be here today. Congratulations to all of us because we have accomplished the goal that we always set to accomplish, which was to be monetized. I thought it would take a month, but due to the fact that we are exceptional with what we do, they gave it to us immediately. So today I woke up and started the week off monetized. And I want to thank Cheryl for being the first person to give me a super chat. We're forever grateful to you, Cheryl, and you know we support everything you do. Shout out to everybody else that gave me a super chat and a sticker. Shout out to E Black, shout out to Aisha Smith, shout out to Chris who had trouble doing it, but we know you gave it an effort and we appreciate you. Shout out to Vic. Vic, you're doing a great job co-hosting with my brother Chef. Continue what you're doing. And shout out to Loverboy Lenski. Because Loverboy Lenski, I'm gonna be real with you, brother. You are doing your thing as a moderator. Hands down, you're probably the best moderator after Maricela. And you might be competing with number one right now. You're doing your thing. Shout out to Rasta Baby. Thank you for the donation, Rasta Baby, and for being such a great moderator as well. Thank you everybody for coming on and showing love. We appreciate you. Dante, everybody. Truth is never favorite. Everybody, we appreciate you. This is just the beginning. And this is gonna go. We have some good news today. Those who don't know, let me say one thing to y'all. Triller is doing an initiative and they put $14 million dedicated to Black content creators. They're choosing 300 Black content creators and they're gonna pay them $2,000 a month and also give them $2,000 a month in equity in the company. If you know, Triller's about to go public soon. So that equity is going to turn to some real profits. So go and look it up. There's no applications right now, but I want all the content creators to look up Triller and apply for it. I'm not selfish with information. I want everybody to get rich and everybody to have the same opportunity and access. Please go and look that up. Another thing to everybody that don't know, we are about to enter into a new phase. There's going to be restructuring on Conversations with King. As you can see, we got a new a logo and banner dedicating and done by a person who is a professional at what she does. This is what she does for a living. Shout out to Terry. She does a notable design for, I don't want to say the clients she has, but those clients are celebrities and also major fashion houses. And she did a logo for us, and the merchandise is designed by her, and it's gonna come out soon. If not tonight, but probably this week. And then, you know, when you get to a certain level of monetization, then you could add it to your channel. So it's going to be a new restructuring. It's going to be new shows, new personalities. We're going to try to keep everybody started with us and take it to the top. What I'm going to do is that, you know, I'm going to get to 10,000, 100,000, a million subscribers. But those who are with me in the beginning never have to worry about me posting the comments on there. I don't need to do no super chat and stuff like that. I want your comments up. I don't do that to the people that was with me from the beginning. And I know everybody that's with me from the beginning. Trust me. With that being said, shout out to everybody that came into the room. Realistic Vibes Podcast. We mess with you. We love you. Thank you so much. Shout out to Cheryl. I can't wait till you get your own show. Please get your own show. Shout out to Kim M85. You've been loyal and I appreciate you. Whose beard is looking good? Me or Chef? I think Chef got a better beard than me. I think Chef E Black got a better beard than me. I didn't get it cut in anything, but you know how that goes. It's been a trying month. Mishi, we love you. I appreciate you and thank you so much. I want to get down to the nitty gritty because we have a good show today. Our show last Friday was on fire. I heard last night's show, Chef's show was on fire. I heard Cheryl and Jim was going at it in a respectful way, and they still were cool afterwards. And I love when women go at it and they still cool afterwards. Shout out to Kink It Dope Logic. We appreciate you because you don't play sides. If someone's wrong, they wrong, and you do what you do, and I appreciate you for that. Christina Nunez, oh my God, that's my sister. That's Chris. That's my sister from. Oh man, she's so cool. She don't even be on YouTube like this. I want to say thank you, Chris. I love you for real. That's my sister. She is the prettiest girl you might ever meet in your life. Prettiest girl, hands down. I appreciate you, Christina. But we're gonna have some topics today. That threw me off because she's such a dope person. Really dope. Really dope. She deserves the world. We got some dope topics today. I hope everybody, is ready for tonight. Good conversations. don't mind the production and everything like that. We know with the cameras and the mics, we don't do that. Our thing is solely based on content. That's why we were able to get so many subscribers and get so much love in less than 5 weeks. Because we deal with content. We deal with the real deal, the core. Shout out to Nick and Nicole. We appreciate you. Before we jump into what we do, we want to give shout out to our sponsors. For those who don't know, we've been sponsored from day one by Ripple. All right, Ripple, please, please. For those, don't mind me. I said I did it upside down. Don't mind me. Ripple. Look down there. If you go to ripplecode.com and you put in the Ripple King, which is me, the Ripple King, you get a 15% discount. There is no nicotine. There's no THC. So for those who love to smoke and love the effects of smoking and want to quit smoking, Ripple's the way to go. It got different flavors: lemon, mango, jasmine, chamomile. Please go and support those who support us. What else? What else we got here? Let me show what else we got here. Shout out to everybody else, to the team of Mars, Maricel, who leads that team. He has the best team. She wants to say thank you so much. She's stepping away, so she wants Lenski, Dawn, Rasta Baby, everybody else to hold the fort. Shout out to Willie Dean, who came through and always showed us love from day one. Please go and get his book. His book is called Love by Willie Dean. Willie Dean is an ill black individual because he went to college with me and ended up going to Purdue and ended up playing ball in Russia. He speaks, writes, and reads Russian, a black man. You gotta love that. The other sponsor that we have, if y'all don't know, is Loving Life Through the Eyes of Travel, which is my book. Please go and copy this book. It's on all platforms: Kindle, Apple iBooks, BookBaby, and Amazon. Please, I appreciate you. Go and copy this. Thank you so much. And don't mind me, I ain't flexing no muscles today. Chef and E Black said I'm wearing a tight ass shirt. He said I'm wearing a tight ass shirt, but you know, we just happy to be here. We just happy to be here. So thank you so much for those who supported us.
Son, I can see your heartbeat.
Yeah, that's cool. It's not tight. Listen, man, I've been working out a little bit. I want to show that, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm 41, man. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. This YouTube thing is new to me. I was doing it for fun, just to promote my book, and then I saw it as an avenue to monetize and make some money. So I appreciate that. And you know, I'm going to keep it rocking. Shout out to they don't sponsor us, but they better. Shout out to my orchid, and shout out to, you know, the reliable candles. That's what we doing up here. So let's get down to business. I'm gonna put something up before we start talking about the spicy topics. I want to introduce Chef and E Black to the stage. Two of the four horsemen. Our fourth horseman is not here today. Daryl, he should be coming later, but he'll definitely be here on Wednesday. So would you introduce yourself before we start getting into the nitty gritty?
Yo, what's going on? I'm E Black from E Black TV. First of all, shout out to the Garden. Shout out to King for reaching his goal. You know, we was been here from the start, and it's good to see the hard work pays off.
Shout out to the Garden. Shout out to King for.
You gotta mute.
I apologize. You know, I'm still learning this shit. I apologize, brother.
But shout out to everybody. Shout out to the people who've been inboxing me over the weekend. You know, I've been responding slowly. And shout out to the people who support this show. And, you know, let's get it in.
Thank you so much, Chef. Talk to them.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy, Chef Shapino. ChefChoupino. It's definitely been an awesome month. Funniest story. After last night's crazy stream, I was thinking about what I'm going to do today. And I realized I look in StreamYard, they said, yo, Chef, you ran through all your 20 hours. And I was like, damn, they had a limit on that? So I'm official. I'm a StreamYard pro now. I got no more of the little ducky in the corner of the screen now. So we're gonna be stepping up the production value. And I'm gonna have a lot more going on. Right. Yo, none of y'all dudes even told me, man. None of y'all dudes even told me that looked lame with the little duck, yo. That wasn't even the official version. You know what I mean? It was like I was wearing Jordan Fusions or the Team Jordan shit while y'all rocking the retros, and none of y'all even told me, man.
I don't know. I'm still learning this shit myself, to be honest with you. But listen, I gotta stop saying curses because we getting monetized now. They're gonna get the ads coming. I
Yeah,
gotta stop
man.
saying curses. I gotta stop saying curses. I'm not gonna black out as much as I used to. Um, what I want to say though, before I jump into the spicy topic and we get into the main topic, um, so it was over. It just started. Yep, you got that right. Shout out to Cheryl. We love you, Cheryl, for real. Shout out to you for that. But we going to. I'm going to talk about something serious here. Just for 1 minute. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. 1 minute, and then we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. Um, and this is just a warning to all the men and all the women. And be wise. Be mindful of who you get into a relationship with. And I'm going to tell you why. I saw this on social media, and it was a little bit disturbing to me. But we talk about it for a quick 2 minutes, and then we move on to something about the spicy topic and the main topics. So when I saw this, it was very, very, very disturbing to me. Very, hold on, it's very disturbing to me. And be mindful of who you love. First of all, turn the lights up and share this. We need more people in the room. You know how we do. We do up to 120, 150 every night of people on live stream. Then we get close to 1.5 to 2,000 viewers. We need to turn it up because we're about to move up into a different lane right now. But when I saw this, I wanted everybody, please, we joke about relationships. We joke about, how we want to hurt our loved ones. But there's people out there that are vicious. They're vicious. And they will try to ruin your life once you leave them. So please tread lightly. So I want to put that up there because it was so graphic, and I want you to understand that be graceful when you depart your relationship. Be certain and always safety first. Safety first. Both that's for my rocks and my flowers. Rocks being the men and flowers being the ladies. Please be be cautious because people out here are not in a right frame of mind. Mental health is at an all-time mental health is at an all-time high right now. Period. So I want you to be careful. It's not funny. Things like that is not funny at all, and I want us to take this seriously. Please. Thank you. With that being said, I want to jump into the today something I saw on one of my homegirls IG stories, and when she sent it to me, I was like, wow, I get it. And then, every Monday I go to my therapist, and I talk to her about what I learned, and I just want all the ladies, to realize this. So those who are familiar with Coco Chanel, everybody knows Coco. Everybody likes Chanel. Everybody loves Chanel. But she had a quote that says, "Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself." Once again, beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. And I thought about this quote today, and I realized why I love dating women in their 30s and up, or their late 30s, or their early 40s, or their late 40s. Is because I feel, me personally, women don't realize how beautiful they are until they get older and they start being who they truly are, themselves. This is something that it took me a while to realize, that beauty has nothing to do with age. It has really nothing to do with the physical. Even though I need my lady to be in shape, well, I can't really deal with her. But it really comes from the core. Fellas, what you think about that? Quick little special message before we start the spicy topics and stuff.
Yeah, I pretty much, I agree. Sometimes the women with the most beautiful features are not beautiful people. Sometimes you could look at them and tell that they haven't started with inside. And, a lot of times, a lot of what would consider average women would also turn into very beautiful women just by their presence, their grace, internal attitude and confidence. So yes, beauty definitely starts from the inside. You know.
Right. What do you think? What do you think, Chef? Beauty begins when you start being yourself. Turn on the thing, Chef. The mic.
Yeah, I believe that beauty beauty starts as an outer reflection of inner affection. It's an outer reflection of inner affection. So in order to truly exude beauty, I think that it has to start within yourself. There's a lot of people that you may think look beautiful that get their face beat up and they don't feel beautiful. They don't actually feel beautiful. So, oh shit, are we looking at a gray sword? That's funny. Well, yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a out of reflection or inner affection. Especially, I get what it is. Authenticity is also knowing yourself, being comfortable within yourself, so that you don't have to worry about what's on the outside. You know.
Right. I just want to give that out to the ladies. Remember, beauty begins when you start being yourself. So never stop being yourself. Know that though, I am a man of vanity. I like my ladies looking a certain way, but I still want them to be comfortable in themselves. And that's just the honest truth. That's just the honest truth. With that being said, I want to give you a blast from the past of this is how you know I've been consistent for years. In 2017, I wrote this on my Facebook, and I think I'm the most consistent. It's hard for someone not to think I'm consistent. It's impossible because I've been preaching the same message for years with or without a show. So I just want everybody to know how I think and what I do and what I say always are aligned. So, Chef, would you read this? This is me in November 22nd, the same day, but I believe 4 years ago. I wrote this on my Facebook page, and it's a question for the ladies or the flowers in the room. And I want y'all to help me out because I've been going through that a lot. I've been dating a lot of women who have children, a lot of women who are older, but they start to look better than the girls, the young girls. So, Chef, can you talk? Can you read that for them, please, if you don't mind?
Just my opinion. Don't kill me. I always wanted to have the childbearing experience to be new to both my future wife and I, but it seems like I have a higher chance of being with a woman with children. Nowadays, they tend to be more economically sound and in better health shape than the single ladies with no children. I don't understand how women in their 30s and 40s with children have better frames than these young women in the 20s with no children. Hmm.
Jump into that, Chef. What do you think about that, Chef? What do you think about that, E Black? Jump into that because I really believe it seems like all the benchmarks for beauty in society, at least with celebrities, they're all over like what 45, 40 years old. Why is that?
I always watch benchmarking. I don't rock with benchmarking. I'm the same dude that I don't listen to everybody's opinion on a movie. You got three times as somebody that's in my life to recommend a movie to me or tell me if it was whack. If the movie was whack and you thought it was good, three times, that's it. I'm not listening to you anymore because your punk ass would have made me miss a good opportunity to watch a movie or have me watching some garbage. So when I say that, you understand where you go. You understand and start to figure out and weigh where you gather your info from.
Right. Black, you mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my mouse is tripping. But goodness, that is a very interesting observation. I first thought I was thinking that based on maybe your own preferences, women with wider hips, maybe that's probably why you probably feel them to be more attractive. Uh, I would also, it goes back to my own thing that, women, if they're not actively focused on a relationship or society, then they're not going to keep their focus and goals on what it takes to build it. So a lot of times women pass through society and they accumulate debt and they accumulate lifestyle things, but they don't really accumulate things that really matter in life. So, I could definitely see how you could see a person with children, no matter if they're in their 20s or 30s, being more financially stable and more attractive, and also just generally better people because their focus is now towards the greater good of society versus selfishness.
Right. No, I'm saying that. I'm just saying that because I feel like when a woman goes through life and she had babies or she didn't have babies, but she's 40, 45 or whatever, if she still maintains that glow and that beauty, that's what you could, that sets the standards a little bit high now. It's easy to be attractive when you're in your teens or your 20s, but being attractive in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 30s, that's saying something. That deals with care. That deals with day to day mental health, physical health, care. What do you think, Chef? You're mute.
Everything requires maintenance, man. Everything requires maintenance. You know what I'm saying? If you want something to work longer, we could bring it back to the car analogy. You know those homies that still got the same whip they were pushing before, and that thing rides like an angel because they would always get their suspension done, always get the ball joints fixed. They would always do proper on time maintenance to the car, and that baby rides like a dream. You know, the thing is, you get out what you put in.
Hmm.
Get out what you put in, and as you understand, as we get, what do they call it, longer in the tooth,
Right.
we require a bit more maintenance. You know, they recommend that you increase you reduce your deductible or whatever because you're going to be spending more time because we don't live forever.
We don't. We absolutely don't.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I want to encourage. Once again, another message for the ladies: take care of yourself, look good. There's no excuses. Whether babies, no babies, 40, 50 years old, you could still be that measuring tape for beauty. That's why I truly believe you could do that. And I hope everybody is, prepared for that type of, how can I say, that type of long journey into finding themselves, right, from within, and making sure that what's in comes out. So once again, you could be beautiful outside, but we want to work on the inside as well. And I think a lot of women that's older that go through life, or at least the ones I dealt with, are truly beautiful inside and out. Despite the fact that I break a lot of girls' hearts, but I can't help that. You know what I mean? It comes with the territory. I was breaking hearts before Loverboy Lenski, but it's all right. We talk about that later, Loverboy Lenski. We talk about that later. With that being said, let's begin to talk about the spicy topic. This past few days, I was talking to a beautiful girl who knew who she was inside and outside. See how my everything is gonna lead to something. Follow me down this rabbit hole. I met a beautiful woman inside and outside, and she was an older woman. She had multiple children, and I said, how many children do you have? She says, I have three. I said, oh my God. 'Cause remember, I went to watch the fight at 44 this past weekend. I said, you what? You 43 and you got three kids and you look like that? She said, yeah. I said, damn, your baby daddies, they must be crying right now. She said, no, I don't have baby daddies. I have ex-husbands. Correct yourself. I said, whoa, 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 hold up. Hold up. She said,
A bag.
she said, I have ex-husbands. I don't have baby daddies. Anybody that had a child with me was married to me. And she said, that's a difference. And girls, women don't want to admit to it. It's a difference. I said, hold up. I said, I respect that because I never got talked to like that ever. You got to respect that. And then I said to her, I said, listen, because I know Chef is going to jump in. I said,
Nah, I ain't saying nothing.
so I said to her, I said,
Tucking my shirt.
I said, hold up. I said, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. You're absolutely right. Ex-husbands are different from baby daddies, even though they're not in your life anymore. It's a different level. And she said, yes. And then I thought about it. I wanted to bring this to the garden. You know, turn the lights up, please. Turn the lights up and turn the subscribers up. Is there classism? Is there classism amongst women when it comes to the title baby daddy versus ex-husband?
Of course.
Is there a distinction between you saying I have children by my ex-husbands and I have children by my baby daddies? Does that make you a better woman, or does that make you looked upon a little bit more honorable? And the reason why I say, damn flowers, hold on. We need y'all to come. I see y'all getting lit right now. You know we monetize, super chatted up, super tick sticker up. We good. We good. It's gonna get better. Um, yes. To be an ex-husband, you had to be documented and show that you publicly and financially wanted to claim another person outside of yourself. To be a baby daddy says, I'm willing to have a baby with you, but, but. So with that being said, another person could say, who cares if you're a baby daddy or ex-husband? He's not in your life now the way you want him. So what is the problem? We all in the same boat. I want to hear what my brothers got to say, and I also want to hear what the ladies got to say, and I also want to really hear the truth. And that's why we have conversations with King, to get to the truth. What is the distinction? Are they treated differently?
Yeah, I would definitely say they are treated differently.
Talk louder, please. I can't hear you.
They are definitely treated differently. For women, one of the ultimate gauges of success for them is the fact that they can actually get another man to commit to them. That they could actually have another man, uh, under God, professes oath to her. So most definitely, it doesn't, in this day and age, sometimes it used to imply virginity, you know, having sex, but that doesn't really count no more. So, but it does imply that there was some type of man out there of some worth, of some stature, that said, you know what, I'm willing to commit myself and my name to this woman. So, yeah, I would definitely see it as a badge of honor. I think other men actually would consider that. It also means that, it implies, it doesn't necessarily mean, but it implies that she's also been with one person probably for the duration of that marriage. So it means a lot.
It means a lot. Chef?
I'm gonna come from a different angle.
Oof.
If you're a single dude walking up on her, it doesn't mean a damn thing to you. If the circumstances him, it doesn't make a difference to a single guy walking up to, say, a mother of three,
Thank
right?
you, me.
He doesn't care. That single guy doesn't give a damn if those children were conceived within the marital home or if they were conceived in the back of the car.
Mm.
He's walking up on a lady that has three children, right?
Right.
So now, is there a hierarchy? Yeah, to me it's a bogus hierarchy that exists within the vernacular of the flowers communicating amongst themselves. There's a subtle hierarchy that exists. You get what I'm saying? It's very subtle. The hierarchy goes from as low as somebody who can afford a Prada bag, somebody who can afford a Birkin bag, somebody who can afford a Louis, and then all the way down to somebody who can only afford like a Dooney and Burke, right? There's a subtle hierarchy, and the women understand. So a lot of times they be like, no, I'm an ex-wife. Doesn't really matter because you're alone.
Oof.
Right.
Wait, hold on. Why are you going kind of harsh like that?
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean, they understand, Chef. I'm still being graceful. The point is, the results are the same.
Right.
So the road that you took to that destination doesn't necessarily put you in a better hierarchical standing than someone else. You are still at the same place, single with three. The I mean, when you think about it, if you end up in the same place, do you necessarily give more standing to the person that had the three kids, by marriage, and then that marriage failed?
Mm.
You
I
understand?
would. I would. I sure in the head would. I would
What?
know.
Damn.
Go
Wait, wait,
ahead,
wait. I
bro.
talk louder, E Black. I talk louder, E Black. What you
I'm
said?
sorry.
Why would
My,
you?
my kid was in my room and she
Okay,
messed up.
sorry. Why would you?
Because I mean, it just means that, like I said, in the
It
back
made
of
the
my
coochie smell better.
yeah.
It was like I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying. When I say it, it's she has three children and she's single or alone.
And beautiful. I'm talking about bad.
Okay, and then the children, once she's conceived the children via marriage, or she had the children outside of the auspices of marriage. That beauty, does that beauty wane? Does that beauty deduct itself or reduce itself as you understand that those children were not born within wedlock?
Right.
Or listen, it's if it does, that's cool, because psychologically we do that. You get what I'm saying? Psychologically we do that, though. Where once we start to see certain things, and just as men, we do it. We start seeing little BS, or what I call little shit. You start smelling little shit.
We get monetized with the S word.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Okay.
That's who source. We have to do. Let's be
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Smelling little stuff ished in the
Right.
wind. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It starts to look less and less appealing.
Right.
So when I said that to you, I mean, it wasn't really joking, but I'm saying
Hmm.
maybe that's the key. Maybe you find them less attractive once you understand that.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
Well,
I
I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't want to take it to, if somebody's, regardless of how they are sexually, I just think that when you are someone's ex-husband, if someone has an ex-husband, to me, it's like you set a standard. You don't get any privileges until you give me this level of commitment, right? Baby daddy, if I did a woman with just a baby daddy and she says, I need to be married, I want to say, well, why you put him under the same pressures? Why you give him the same standard? And don't use that excuse, oh, I wasn't there yet, I'm growing, I was growing. No, 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 no. The same thing you want from me, I'm going to respect it more if you did to everybody before me. Now, if you didn't do it to everybody before me and give them that same level, that standard of commitment, then I still could give it to you. But I respect it more. I respect it more if you held everybody under that same standard. You feel me? You can't ask me to marry you and the other guys who you gave a beautiful child to didn't. I might look at you a little bit. What do you, so why do they get to have a beautiful child with you without marriage and I have to do it? That's going through my mind. Not that I really truly believe that, but that will go through my mind. Chef E Black.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling. Is
Thank
that
you, Missy T. We appreciate you.
I'm definitely feeling that. Like I said originally, when I hear somebody say that they've been married, I immediately think that this woman has definitely either set a standard for herself, but not only that, she's been resting in her femininity enough for a man to say that I'm obligated to her, so, or I'm willing to take care of her. So I think it just implies a lot of different things rather than just traditional sex and mother paternityhood. So
Good
paternity.
point. Bliss Me says that's not fair, King. A woman is allowed to grow and become more mature and raise her standards. I absolutely agree with you, Bliss Me. But I'm just being honest when men are going to say, why do we have to have those type of that type of love commitment? But yes, I agree with you. And I would marry a woman that had a baby father. I don't want to be cool with them, but I would marry them. Fellas, how do you feel about what Bliss me said? And Bliss, you come up here anytime you want to. We ain't changed. It's still the same format. You always family, part of the garden. You are a flower. Come up. Um, what do you feel about what Bliss me said?
I think traditionally now it's probably hard for women to actually say, they have a standard. Like I think you even said it yourself. Why would I marry somebody if your baby father didn't marry? Now you want to change the standard for me. I don't.
Yo,
I
E
think
Black is
that's.
cooking. E Black is cooking right
I think
now.
that's totally a fair case. I think so. In terms of
But she
what,
said growth. She said people grow, right?
yeah,
So
marrieds,
that's
married.
actually fair. Missy said people grow. So how do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. People do grow, but I think we all wear our consequences of our life too. So
Well, truth is never favored says life ain't fair, and that's trash. How do you feel about that? Life ain't fair. Yes, people grow, but I don't have to accept it. So why are you trying to make me feel guilty? How do you feel, fellas? Wow, Warner Washington said life ain't fair.
You're entitled. Listen, you're entitled to what you want. Or when I say you're entitled, you want what you want, and nobody should make you feel, you know, funny about what you want. Now, somebody can look at you a certain way and believe you're a certain way based on, the group of things that you tend to want, where they might end up understanding the trend with you. That's something different. But if you have a legal decision to make a move or to make a choice, at the end of the day, it is up to you. A lot of the choices that we make are not the choices that we would fully verbalize. Every single day we make a move, we live a day. If you go work an 8-hour workday, you're faced with literally hundreds and hundreds of choices, if not 1,000 choices in a day. Standing still, going forward, moving backward, jumping up, sitting down, doing absolutely nothing. All of those are choices that you make. The choices in words, the choice to make a left as opposed to make a right, the choice to get impatient and switch a lane, and all of that. All of those are choices. All of those are choices, and different people make certain types of choices. So if you see that there's a person that made some choices that don't appeal to you,
Right. Turn the lights up.
and you look at it as far as decision making,
Hmm.
I can't hold that against you because there's a theory that a corporate theory we have called 3DM. DDDM is data driven decision making,
What?
which you
Ooh.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So I want see. I see Bliss me and Cheryl be teaming up on us. So let me just give it what they said. They said Bliss me said that the child is 8 years old and now she's 28. You're expecting her to have the standard she had at 21. She has a point. And then her sister, her flower and arm says, King, that's cap. The price of the brick goes up. Yesterday's price is not tomorrow's price. So they say as a woman gets older or more seasoned, her standards go up. So you should expect for her to want more. E Black, that question
Wait,
is directed at you.
wait.
It's directed at you, E Black.
with all due respect, and I love my garden. I just want to just say that yeah, just like a car, if it had an accident 10 years ago, it still is a salvage title. So you're gonna have to you're gonna have to realize that
Yo, this guy,
mistake.
yo, you ruthless.
You guys gonna have to realize that you know
Yo, this
your
guy.
mistakes are gonna cost you in life,
Right.
and you're not gonna be able to roll on the lot with the same price as you did when you were brand new. So that's why it's so important for you guys to choose better mates.
Right.
So
What do you think? What do you think, ladies? What do you think? Because I'm telling you, E Black has a point. You could say, yo, you get better with age, but then we have the right to say no, right? Because we don't value that, right? And it's funny because there's a difference between value and quality, right? Let me explain something to you. Harvard is a quality 4-year academic institution. But some people might say, I don't want to go to Harvard. I don't value that, right? But just because you don't value Harvard doesn't mean it's not quality education, right? Just because you don't value Harvard doesn't mean it's not quality education. So just because you are a quality woman or mother of children without a husband doesn't mean you are not quality. But someone could say that they don't value you, and you shouldn't be offended because they don't value you. But it doesn't take away from your quality. Darrell, talk to us. What's going on, brother? What's going on, horseman?
Man, I'm over here grilling some food, man, doing me. How
I
y'all
hear it.
fellas doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I like the Alfredo. I heard you cooking Alfredo, broccoli, Alfredo, and all that.
Hell yeah, got the chicken cooking first.
Mm-hmm.
But I was hearing y'all was saying about like how women be having kids and men don't want to marry them. I think Sierra would think, I think Sierra would have a big argument against that.
Why you say that?
Sierra is the poster child for a baby mama being rescued by a good
Well, that's
man.
not a good one. That ain't just regular baby mama. I mean, that's like that would be in like the Smithsonian of dream baby mamas. You come on, man.
Hey, I
Come
agree
on,
with
yo.
you. That's my argument against it normally. I
Yo.
agree.
10 years from now, if she just lived on the south side of DeKalb County in Atlanta, in the hood, she would still be able to be okay. That's a yeah. Give us another one, bro. That was she too beautiful, too beauty, too beauty.
It's a few of them, bro. It's a few of them. I'm not even gonna lie, but it's a few in my city. It's a few of them. Real talk. It's a
Right,
woman named Crystal the Doll, right?
right.
She got 3 kids. You wouldn't know it if I brought her around y'all. Y'all wouldn't know it. Y'all think she was a stripper or something. Body ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely gorgeous,
Mm-hmm.
and and she got options because she gorgeous. She make money
Right.
too, and that money thing, like we like that. We don't like women who can't hold their own.
That's a fact.
So on top of looking good, going to the gym and everything else, she got her own. That shit is nice, man. And yeah, she not Sierra for sure. She not Sierra in the slightest, but she's still she's still nice. Even like the girl I'm talking to right now, she got a kid.
Right,
She nice. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So
Come
they
on,
out here.
yeah.
They
Sierra,
out
that's
here.
not fair, man. Sierra, her farts smell like cinnamon, like peppermint and cinnamon or some shit, yo.
But
Don't
that's the thing we go back to the classism within women. That's why they so competitive. That's where the issue lies because you're grading her based on her looks. When we just talked about Coco Chanel saying, you know what I mean, like beauty begins when you're comfortable with yourself, when you start being yourself. So why does she get a pass and other women don't get a pass? Because I know women that don't look like Ciara, that don't look what you might call traditionally attractive, and they get married. They know how to get married. I think that's a skill. They know how to get married.
And it goes back to what I was talking about was the femininity part about it. Feminine women will
Turn the lights
always
up.
be
Turn the lights up. Sorry.
feminine women will always be available for marriage.
Mm. And Ciara is feminine. Forget beautiful. She's feminine. I haven't met a non-feminine woman that's not married. They might act like they're feminine, but are they really feminine? It's different between being feminine and being sexy. It's different between being feminine and being seductive.
yeah, the feminine thing, you know, the feminine, yeah, I don't know, yo.
You don't agree with that? Turn the lights up.
The feminine. Okay, watch this. There's people that will find on the block with Jen feminine, and then some when they see her get spicy and start popping, you know what I mean? When we pop that New York stuff and she start to popping, and then you'll see some folks in the chat will say it's not feminine. The thing is, knowing where I'm from, that's feminine. You get what I'm saying? That's how I grew up. You know, it was spicy. Some of the neck swivel stuff that our sisters do and some of the other stuff, some dudes be like, yo, I like that, she's spicy, man. But other people won't take it. Other people won't deal with that. So I think it has to do with how you came up and your natural sensibilities as well. The kind of thing you're used to. There's going to be somebody in DeKalb County, that's not going to look for the same things that a guy who happens to be riding around the corner of Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills is looking for.
Mm.
Proximity and nature and nurture plays a part into what you think is sweet and what you think is sour.
Right. Well, it's funny because I want to use Cheryl as an example. Cheryl, to me, with her voice and her look, Cheryl is feminine. And even when she gets into arguments, she comes off dominant in the room. But I still think she's feminine. You feel me? I still think Cheryl is feminine. I'll be honest with you. Even though she's strong, I think she's feminine.
But then if she driving that 18-wheeler at you, she ain't gonna be so feminine no more.
No, she's driving an 18-wheeler, but I still think she's feminine.
I said at you.
Oh no.
That's how she coming at you.
No, she won't do that. But I think she's feminine. So my thing is, let's go back to the title thing, baby daddy versus ex-husband title. When women have the ex-husband title, what happens is they have this chip on their shoulder, and it's a rightful chip, right? Someone wanted to financially and publicly take ownership of you and your life and your well-being. Baby daddy says he was either lucky enough or unlucky enough to get you pregnant. How do you feel about that?
I think that, can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. And the good ass food you
A
cooking.
marriage, like because of like a woman is married, and I can pull up stats. I'm just not in the mood to do it right now, but it doesn't always mean that she's financially taken care of. That's a fact.
Mm,
So, I mean, and just because somebody's a baby daddy doesn't mean that he lacks vision and provision
right.
for that woman and that child. I think that those are narratives, right? Narratives that are perpetuated. But there's plenty of people who have gotten married, and then we hear about money issues. We hear about mortgage in the house. We hear about gambling issues. We
Right.
hear about insecurity issues,
Right.
right? So to me, the real conversation is what's really going on in these relationships.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
The title doesn't matter.
There we go.
Title doesn't matter, but title doesn't matter to us as men, and that's what Chef is saying.
If listen, the ex-wife, and say I have a new girlfriend, and say the ex-wife is the mother of my children. I got her, baby. You don't got to worry nothing about her. Just love on my kids. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm,
Love on my kids, right?
okay.
That's where it makes a difference.
Right.
And then in terms of, who it makes a difference, a lot of times it's the people that don't always matter. The hierarchical difference is put within the family because they want to protect the legacy. So we're going to go old school. Nobody wants bastard children.
Right.
Remember that term, right? Children outside, because then that puts other people laying claim to pieces of the legacy. So family members tend to be like, oh yeah, she's the baby mama. No, yeah, I rock with her because she's the ex-wife. But your brother's done with like 4 or 5 of them, and they finished 5, 6. They done. You get me? But you're still placing them within the hierarchies, when in the end, all of them led to some potential piece of failure.
Right.
One thing
Chef said. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but it was in the context of a marriage. When you have a context of a marriage and you see people actually trying, that means that they've attempted things like women who have attempted to be caring, women who have attempted to be submissive, women who have attempted to have the context of a husband and wife scenario. So that is an attractiveness to me. If I hear a woman who was married, I would be like, I think of it in the context of a marriage, meaning that she has the ability to do it again. When you talk about women who are unmarried, then I kind of it's guessing game. Did she learn how to do it because she was stuck at home for the last 4 years? Is she only being a feminine woman because she wants somebody to take care of her kids? Or is it something that she's naturally done before or has done before?
Okay,
You
so
know,
I'm gonna ask you a question. Wait. I want to push back
hold on.
on.
One thing before you go. To go back to what you and Darnell said, Chef. Cheryl says, King, think of Joey Chavez, Bow Wow and future baby mom. She is freaking gorgeous, and she'd rather be a rich man's baby mom than a poor man's wife. So now you can go, Chef. I just want to get that out.
Mm, yeah, that's what we talking about, though. But there was the piece that E Black was saying, right? So what I want to know is this: what if the children, those 3 children, were triplets? Because what you're stating is you're stating a judgment, right? Based on her personality, her characteristics, her past, right? And you see the 3 children out of wedlock, right? So what if those 3 children were triplets? Would you still feel the same way?
E Black,
You know,
talking to the mic, please.
that's tough. That's a tough one. I still think out of the context of a marriage, you still kind of look at things differently. Having triplets outside the context of a marriage kind of just doesn't really make me feel any more or less attractive to a woman who's been in a marriage, even if it is a failure.
Hmm. Don Carrera, what you think? I don't think she chose that. She ended up that way. She said no one in the world chooses to be a baby mama. They end up that way. Is that true?
Yeah, a lot of times it's bad decision making. A lot of times it's bad decision making. Watch this before, because I'm about to get daggers from all different sides. I'm about to go check up under my car in a second
Okay.
for explosives. All right, watch this. Sometimes it's from us being on some bullshit, on some bull stuff, on some cow manure. All right,
Caca.
on some some caca santi, right? La mierda, all right, some stank. It could be us. Just a lot of times, there's some of us that sell that dream. Y'all saw Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Remember, yeah, girl, I love you like I love you because I love you. Some dudes will say anything to get to where they want to get to. We get that. That's one piece. Then bovine fecal matter. Thank you, Dante.
Right.
And then we have the people that practice what I call personal imprinting. The people that are so obsessed. They're so obsessed with this person that they want them so bad
Right.
that regardless, even if you will have dudes like King that will be telling the girl, yo, listen, I want threesomes on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. All right. Wednesdays and Fridays, I need foursomes. Okay. So bring a friend. All right.
That's crazy.
Okay. Don't talk to me on Saturdays. I need to rest.
Right.
Right. The thing is, you will tell people about yourself and still think, man, I could change him. He just has a hard heart. And I just know if I do that thingy thing, and then I'm gonna change him, girl. You watch, I'm gonna change him. And people delude themselves and ignore the truth. So
Right.
a lot of these times, to get back to the point, many people end up that way. Were they led that way, or did they lead themselves that way? It's left up to the specific situation. But I do believe a lot of them did not think that I'm going to saddle on the responsibility of a child
Right.
for the rest of my life.
So
By myself.
before I say what I want to say, I don't know if Darrell was in the room. Darrell, I want you to know. I don't know if I sent you. Did I send you an article? But Triller invested $14 million into Black content creators. They're looking for 300 Black content creators, and they're going to give them 2,000 a month in cash for a year, and also 2,000 in equity for a month. So, and the Triller's about to go public. So please be on the lookout for that. It starts January 1st. but they're going to be looking for 300 black influencers. So I don't know if you heard that because you wasn't here earlier. So I just want you to know.
Yeah, send me that.
All right, I'll send you
Hey,
that.
I love what Terry said in her comment. I
Right.
think that also is a great point that she made.
Okay. Oh, another thing too, based on what Chef and Darrell said, they said basically, and to be honest with you, they said men don't care about titles, right? But women do. So where's this classism within women? Turn the lights up, please. I need 100 likes before an hour. We got like 5 minutes left. I need 100 likes before the hour. Thank you.
One
Where,
word.
Oh,
One
my
word
bad.
started with an H.
what
Hypergamy. Hypergamy.
is it classism for women? That with just women? Explain that.
Wait. You're talking the kind of man, the kind of relationship. Remember, women, hypergamy is the fact that they would want to build up or marry up into a better situation,
Mm-hmm.
up into a higher tier. They don't want to rest at their current tier or plateau. They want to marry up. Marrying up doesn't just denote resources and money and things like that. It also denotes power. It also denotes notoriety, fame, panache. Sometimes you don't have to be the president of the United States or the sexiest actor. You could just be the fly ninja on the block,
Right.
okay, that always got the nice car and always got, keep it clean. There's levels to it.
Different levels.
So yeah, so of course the women are going to see hierarchy and hierarchical standards.
Right.
It's natural. Human beings have hierarchical standards
Right.
in general.
I was gonna
So
say too, a lot of women like transitioning from the last topic to this one because we spend a lot of time talking about the women's, I guess, mistakes or choices, but we got to talk about some of these women. They became baby mamas because the men lied to them about what they could do, how much money they're making, their career, their
mm,
education. They even lied about their potential,
mm,
right? So these women, the only mistake half of them made sometimes is believing a motherfucker that that they thought they could trust, right?
right. A
You know,
brother because we monetize. You can't curse, brother.
oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
A brother that they could trust, and that lack of leadership lead these women either to being single.
Mm-hmm.
Some different people might say lesbianism,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or to a different man. Some of them get married, some of them don't, right? But I think a lot of it, in my opinion, fall at the feet of the men. Like genuinely, because if what woman is leaving a man that has great leadership, um, the pipe game good, the house is good, she's taken care of, the kids good. They're only separating if they can't like really be together. They don't really love each other. But even still, she
Mm-hmm.
gonna fall beneath him some way or another. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that that's something that we really got to talk about. Is a lot of men they fail, and then the woman they be expected just to just tag along, but they're not about to do that. They're not about to take care of the kid and take care of a man too. That's like they didn't sign up for that. They signed up for the person that told them that they was gonna be this and that. But now when the bill comes, they can't afford the gratuity. They
Mm.
forgot the gratuity was on there. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't got enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like that's how I think about it. A lot of women that I've met, they've been in that situation.
Okay. What do you think, fellas? Are you think we're the reason why they have those titles? Before we move to the next subject, the main topic, are we the reason why women have classism in regards to those titles? Are we at fault as men?
I would
Or
just say I would
like, hold on, because women choose the men, but men decide who gets married or not. So isn't it our fault? E Black, I'm sorry.
yeah, and I would just say that for the sake of continuing the conversation, like you said, men control access to marriages, so we're women having titles and ranking is definitely a product of what men want.
Mm,
So if men want a woman who's jumping from one relationship in a marriage to them versus just basically having a baby without any type of commitment, yeah, that is a value to them as a woman. So
right.
It's just one of those things that, like I said, you gotta. It is what it is. If men did not value that, then I guess baby mamas would be more valuable.
Right. Shout out to Hanifa. Shout out to the Conversations with Queens tomorrow. There's going to be a big show tomorrow. Please go and support tomorrow on Conversation with King channel on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And the after show, the post game show, will be on my Yats page, courtesy of Chef. It will be on my Yats page. Quit trying to push the narrative that women are just out here signing up to be baby mamas, or men signing up to be baby daddies. Holistic convos are needed, and this is what Darrell was saying.
Yeah,
Men are lying.
facts.
Men are lying. So Hanifa, as you know, Hanifa and Darrell they're like minded in many things, and
Remember, I said in the beginning too. I was like, it's gonna be the ones that are deluding themselves, but there's the dudes that are lying. They're gonna be telling them whatever whatever they want to hear.
right.
Fellas been doing that for ever since I mean they got a taste.
Right. We need 18 more likes to get to 100. Please, let's get to 100 before 1 hour and 15 minutes in. We only an hour in, but I like to have the 100 likes as soon as possible. That's a little trick I'm trying to teach you. If you want your algorithm to be popping, you have to have 100 likes within the first hour and it push you in a different position. I'm trying to give the little tricks I did to get to where I got to so quick. I got another trick for those, but let's get to 100, please. With that being said, Combative said a lot of men are incompetent. You are so funny. I love you too. So let's go back to the main topic at hand. And I want to play a couple of videos for you. By the time these videos finish playing, I expect you to help Loverboy Linsky reach the goal of 100 likes before these videos are over with. The first video is based on our main topic where I said compatibility is a trap. So now, before we jump into the video, I'm going to give you a story. CCH asked me, who was that girl I was kissing on the thumbnail? I don't want to say her name, but she was a beautiful young lady, Puerto Rican lady, who was in the 50 movie, Get Rich or Die Trying. That's the girl with the Gucci hat. So I'm going to say her name, not her last name, but her name was Sasha. I ended up taking her to Cuba, Israel, Puerto Rico, Amsterdam, and some other place there. I took her, Cayman Islands. Yeah. We went to all those beautiful countries. She was an amazing person. We had a crazy, passionate relationship, and I thank her for all the lessons. But as one of the few people that inspired me with love. So thank you for that. Hopefully she doesn't come on this show and ever screams on me or does something to me. But we had great memories. Shout out to her. But she's an amazing, beautiful person. Um, with that being said, I want to play this for you. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think about this. Please pay attention, everybody. To all the gardens, to all the rocks, please pay attention.
Going off of compatibility just by itself can be a trap. Because first off, you can be compatible with a demon. Like devils know what you like too. The type of women that you like, you want her to have more curves in the highway, over the very thing that you told everybody was a blessing.
Wow. 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 What we looking like? What it sound like? We need 13 more like. What it sound like, fellas? What it sound like, fellas? Is compatibility a trap? He said we need to choose suitability. Because we don't know what's compatible. You can have negative traits that's compatible. You can have vices, toxicity that's compatible. We need to choose suitability over compatibility. Let's talk about that. Matter of fact, we're not going to talk about that. Let me jump into the next video and tell me what y'all think. And I want you to hold that. I want that to resonate with everybody that's watching. See, when I start telling the truth and stuff, everything, the views get low. But it's all right. We already monetized. I'm rich. I ain't gonna finish it up. Let's go. Let's do this right. Tell me what y'all think about this one. And then we're gonna have a real discussion. A real discussion.
And the reason why some of your relationships are not working is because you refuse to be friends with anybody who will challenge you. And anytime somebody challenges you, you get a premonition from the Lord that this ain't the one. A real relationship is when you give somebody the authority to look you in your face and say, you tripping. How many of y'all got a person in your life and be like, you've been cussing too much lately. You've been drinking too much lately. You've been staying out too late and getting up too early. You need some sleep. So you don't want to hear that. You got bags under your eyes. You don't look like you used to look. See how y'all say ouch? Because you're not accustomed to anybody challenging you. That's what happens when you have a real relationship. You give somebody the authority to let you know where you're weakening, where you used to be strong. You need to give people the authority to look at you and say, you ain't on it right now. You ain't on it. You ain't on your game. You ain't on your P's and Q's. You're slipping a little bit. You ain't been to church in 4 weeks. I haven't seen you pray lately. Come on, y'all. I'm noticing that you're not eating. Are you depressed? So you need somebody who pays attention to you so that when you're not paying attention to yourself, they can bring attention to it.
Right.
But when you are with people who only care about the surface and they're not concerned with who you are inside, you can be dying inside and they won't even know it because you've settled for a veneer relationship. I need somebody who knows when I'm stressed out. I need somebody who knows when I'm not as creative as I need to be. I need somebody who can challenge me and let me know you're not at your best.
Fellas, we're going to have a long night tonight. Not long in regards to time, but long in regards to concepts, perspectives, and also truth. This is going to be a long night. And I think Loverboy Lenski set it off by saying people who have issues can't handle the truth. We want compatibility. We don't want suitability. We want comfort. We don't want challenge. So how are we? Nice kitchen, by the way, D. I love it. How are we going to step into this conversation? Do I gotta come with the hard questions, or do I want to step in with something that we can learn from? Because a lot of people are picking these people because, oh my God, we got the same sign. Oh no, oh my God, you from Brooklyn? I'm from Brooklyn. What street? Oh we so oh, you what school you went to? Oh word. Oh my God, that's my favorite movie. What does that got to do with building a relationship? You could be compatible with a demon, a person who doesn't care anything about you. If you listen to everything I said before, you're going to start putting 1 and 2 together, and I will lead into this. If you know yourself and you know how beautiful you are because you are not afraid to be who you are, and you're confident with yourself, and you don't care about titles, then you're not going to be worried about who you're compatible with. You're going to be worried about who's suitable for you and your goals in the future. Me and these gentlemen up here, the four horsemen. You know, first of all, I want to say, you know, the funny thing, the first show I did, I had the four horsemen, and also the first show I did monetize. You know, we're back up, just us four. Isn't that crazy? We might not have a lot in common, but every one of these men, these horsemen, are suitable to reaching the goal for not just for me, but for themselves. They're suitable. Now it's up to us to work together, just like in a relationship. We're suitable. Are we suitable? Can we get to the goal or generational wealth, legacy, or love? Who gives a if you're compatible? Who cares? Talk to me, Chef. How do you feel about the videos? He froze. Oh, yeah, hello?
Suitability is important. I always believe compatibility is BS. Why? It's like, who the hell do you think you are that you fully understand yourself so much and your future so much? You remember, we dumber the last 10 years than we are now.
Right.
So how the hell are you going to be so scientific that you know the formula to be able to figure out the actual chemical and emotional and energetic compatibilities of the person that's going to be taking you 30, 40, 50 years into the future? Compatibility is bogus. It's fake. Oh, he likes sneakers. I like sneakers too. Your compatibility for folks depends on how wide your brain expands, how much you think about. If you're a simple dude or a simple person,
right?
Oh, he got that good hair. Oh, I like the way he dressed. Oh, somebody else may be like, yo, yeah, he looks handsome. He's intellectual, man. He's really well studied. He's a man of God. Damn, I love the way that he communicates with his mama. We all, depending on the way we think, will assign different points, different points to what makes the person what they are for compatibility points.
Right.
We created. Oh, she loved the Malcolm X movie. Oh my God, I love the Malcolm X movie. We do that stuff. We do it to ourselves too, and it's psychological too. Sometimes we do it when we don't want to be alone. When we don't want to be alone, sometimes psychologically as a defense mechanism. And when I say we, I'm talking about human beings.
Yes.
The psychological defense mechanism where we'll start to connect to the bogus psychological compatibility points in order to better connect. Oh man, she's a Pisces. He's a Pisces. And with the Pisces and this sign and the water sign and the land sign and the sign, stop sign, it's a natural humanistic thing to want to connect to another person.
Right.
It's natural. And the way the human brain works, we just do it. They just do it based on actual preference, and everything else we see is just proving our initial thought correct.
Okay. What do you think, E Black?
I think Chef was absolutely right. You have to be able to be pushed in relationships and in life. It's one of those things where I would say it like this. Suitability kind of speaks to purpose. What is your purpose in life? When somebody is suitable for you, you then realize that they're pushing you towards your purpose. And then when you find out that you're in your life and you're living what life's reasoning is for, like what I'm doing, what I'm happy doing, what I'm enjoyable doing, a person who is suitable will always push you towards that. A person who's compatible will only push you as far as they feel that their needs are being met. And like you said, once you grow, or once the video said, once you've healed or once you've grown past a momentary stage in your life, you want somebody who's able to be suitable to push you towards other aspects of life. And that's why I think, suitability, like I said, it's really speaks to a person's person. purpose. So, that's really all I got to say about that.
Um, Compatibility and suitability. For me, if we're not compatible, there's really no point in me having you around. Um, you know, I don't even really understand why I would want to be outside of like working. You get what I'm saying? Exactly, like Bliss me said, compatibility for me, that shit is like key. We got to be compatible on everything. You know what I mean? Like compatibility, like when I think about it, because you from New York, King, so you probably remember the Paid in Full movie. You know what I'm saying? Where and you on mute, but when Ace was sitting with his girl in the fucking little diner, and she was like, "You boring as hell."
Right.
And she was like, that's why we like each other. Like we both born, like what I'm saying, we do the same shit. They was real compatible. Like he like getting money, but he don't like the shit that her brother like, going out, being flashy. I think that compatibility is just it plays a major role in whether any relationship, professional, work, romantic, is it going to thrive?
Right.
Are y'all compatible? Otherwise, it's going to end up dead because something gonna cancel each other out in the end. You know what I mean? Every single time.
Right. Have you ever, yeah, fellas, have you ever felt that someone was too compatible to be true, and it was a game?
I haven't had that happen to me.
Too compatible. You ever feel like somebody was too compatible, and is that
Uh,
considered love at first sight?
I wouldn't say that's happened with me. I think I've learned to deal with the people who I've dealt with. I'm a unique individual, so compatibility to me is a total different meaning. Like to find another me in a woman is gonna be tough.
Right. So you don't really. So Darrell, do you go through that too, where you, because you are a person of many, a jack of all trades? Do you find it hard to find women that are compatible with you?
Actually, not at all. No, no,
Oh,
no.
no, no. I mean, maybe from what I'm getting, like, because you are a jack of all trades, you could relate to many women, but can a woman relate to all of you? Is that the better question?
I've had ones that do, and sometimes we compatible. That doesn't mean we got to be romantic. Compatible. That doesn't mean that we got to be intimate in any way,
Right.
except the fact that we have these similarities and these compatibilities. I got a lot of female friends who I'm compatible with, but they understand that like if there's a flower that I fuck with,
Hmm.
and my eyes are set on her in particular. It doesn't matter if we got a lot of things in common or if we compatible, because what I want is what I want. You is not what I want. You know what I
Right.
mean? And sometimes that might be the situation too. But if I want what I want, we got to be compatible. Like that's why I said the other day, I drive a Benz, she drive a Benz. Like I was
Right.
impressed by that. She got her own shit. To me, it's like, and like we talk about standards a lot on this show. To me, when you live a certain lifestyle, is because you yourself in the same 24 hours that the next man get, you're gonna make sure that your life is a certain standard. You're gonna, before you go to sleep, before you take off your boots and shit, you're gonna make sure that your life is a certain standard. And certain women are like that too. So I'm compatible in those ways with women who are extremely attractive in shape. They care about their femininity, but they also care about maintaining a certain standard.
Right.
And because I'm in a certain area, like I'm 2 hours outside of Detroit actually.
Right.
So where I'm at, all the women, all the people here, like it's a high standard. It's a high standard of living.
Right.
Um, so I don't know. That's just for me. Yeah, I don't have a problem running into that often at all. To be perfectly honest.
All right. So, question: isn't the compatibility question usually come up only after sex? That is, we play a game that leads to sex, and the man sees what the woman has to offer outside of sex. Men leave or never call. So, with that being said, I think this is crazy. When Adam and Eve, they ate the apple and then she realized they were naked, right? That's how I look at sex, right? Once you have sex with a woman, you start realizing, yo, I don't really feel you like that. We don't have nothing in common. Fellas, do you think that compatibility is mistaken for connection, and the only way you can find out is through sex? Compatibility is often mistaken for connection. And one of the ways to find out is after you have sex with a woman. This is why women hold back the sex sometimes because they don't want you to know who they really are.
Yeah, I
What do
think
you think?
definitely that's the issue. I think for the most part, most people are looking to have um, the fairy lights go off, the bells ringing, the mind blowing sex, and the stars are jumping out on your and off the ceiling, and we're just having so much fun, and that's confused for compatibility.
Right.
Whereas, not necessarily. It just means that they're either probably good for sex.
Right.
So it's definitely one of those things that we as people in this country really, why marriage has been so less valued, because we choose more compatible sex partners than people who are suitable for marriage material.
Right. So talk to me. Compatibility. Compatibility. What's the difference between compatibility and connection? And how does sex play with that? Come in between that. What is the can you have sex without you guys? Can you have sex with a woman without a connection? I know I can.
So of course, we men.
Right. But can you have sex with someone that you're not compatible with?
I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really sure about that because I haven't made it to a bedroom with a woman where we had certain conversations, and I realized in certain ways we got compatibility. It's not like I just, hey, my name is Daryl, your name is Amy, whatever. Now let's have sex. It don't work like that, right?
Hmm.
So you have enough conversation to learn who the person is, and that's what I wanted to really lead on is sex is a very, very, very small part of intimacy.
Right. Hold on 1 second. We need 4 more likes. I kept quiet. I'm cool. We need 4 more likes. Give me 4 more likes for 100. That's all I'm asking for. Listen, just because I'm monetized, I'm not too proud to beg. Trust me. 4 more likes. 4 more likes. Give me my 4 more likes before we continue this conversation. We get deep into the rabbit hole in regards to this. Thank you very much. Thank you for that 1 like. I need 3 more likes, please. 3 more likes, because I want to really know why we confuse compatibility with connection. And is compatibility a prerequisite to have a connection? Right? Do we have to come from the same neighborhood? Do we have to have the same colors? Do we have to like the same movies for us to be a connection? Right? Compatibility to means like that means opposite doesn't attract. We need 1 more like, and that's it. I love y'all for real. Thank you. Give me that 1 more like. Give me 1 more like. Thank you so much to all the moderators representing and keeping it consistent. Come on. Thank you. 1 more like. So again, what do you
For
feel, fellas?
me, for me, like I'm gonna try to be as transparent as possible. Um, like I said before, sex is a small part of intimacy. I want to be able to really get to know a woman mentally and emotionally before we even like dive into the sexual things. I want to get to know her preferences. You get what I'm saying? I'm being like completely genuine right now because at the end of the day, if I don't get to know these different things, it's like we're gonna have watered down sex, and I'm not stepping into a relationship, and for damn sure, I'm not stepping into a marriage where I want my wife to feel like yes, she's getting the best pipe she's getting. I don't want her to ever feel like, damn, this is draining, so I got to stay in it because I said these vows. No, I think that just becomes an excuse then, and people use that religion thing as a crutch. Well, we did say these vows, even though my pipe is limp now and you dried up. We gotta stay together. I think that's why so many divorces, according to stats, they end up they end up divorced because of sex and money.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, to me, if you're able to keep your woman pleased
Right.
mentally,
Right.
if you're able to secure her emotionally,
Right.
once you get to the you know what I'm saying, once you get down there, the only thing you got to do is stay focused. You know what I'm saying, stay focused. And to me, because I know we monetize, so I don't know what I can say and what I can't say, but
You can say
I know
whatever you
this.
want to
I
say.
know. I
Say
know.
whatever you want to say.
I know we switched bodies because right now he's sounding like Chef. Me,
Yeah.
when it comes, one thing, communication is communication. I like the fact that in terms of the communication, when you grown, not when you're talking to somebody that is at a different tier of maturity or growth. When you grown, the conversation can easily always segue itself into grown folks talk. Personally, yeah, I want in them conversations as they grow, as you learn about this, you learn about that, understanding that person's.
Look on the bottom. Look on the bottom. That was a question where you was going, so I don't want you to go off to the
Oh,
left.
no. That I was, but I liked where he was going though. The
Right.
compatibility versus connection,
Mhm.
listening and hearing what that person say, what they're into, and then for me, potentially thinking, what can I do to push the envelope? Because if they're sharing something that is definitely important or a part of what they do, then you want to, that's one of the pieces you want to pay attention to as well. Not just they like Birkin bags or they like to eat sushi or like to go, to the movies. You also want to make sure you know the other areas, and that's listening. So connection. I don't believe in the compatibility thing. It goes back to that other piece where we were talking about how you gonna know what's compatible. You ain't no doctor. It's like somebody not knowing how to count is gonna be doing calculus.
Right.
It makes no sense. You don't understand that science.
Right.
So how are you gonna say what's compatible?
Mm-hmm.
You're not a phlebotomist. You're not in the medical field, but you're gonna talk to me about the compatibility of two different blood types.
Right.
It don't make no sense. So connection is most critical.
Right. So before we go and ask, well, I just want to ask the fella something, and this is real talk. Why do men weaponize compatibility and make it seem like it's a connection, and why do women do it too? And how are some of the ways they use compatibility and mistaking it for connection? Because I know plenty of times, believe it or not, I'm not always that great when I have sex with women. It's like one or two times I wasn't the man. I'm going to be honest with you. Believe it or not, I'm not tearing it down every time I want to tear it down. But trust me, I do tear it down. But the times I didn't tear it down, women gave me grace and say, you know what? We compatible. You're intimate. I love you regardless of the fact that you didn't have me get to that particular level sexually. So with being said, that's how I use compatibility to buy me some more time so I could get a second chance to tear it up. You feel me? But with that being said, we as men do use compatibility to get closer to women, to have sex with women, or to get women in relationships that we're not ready for. Women do the same thing too with men. They paint a narrative in their head to say that we're compatible enough to pursue a real relationship. Why do we fall for that trick, that trap of compatibility when we really want connection? Talk to me, Will.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, fellas? Man, a little bit late, but
What up, my guy?
had to put the girls to sleep. But I don't get too caught up in compatibility, and I know some people may be like, oh, what? But to me, what's more important, like when I go into a relationship with a woman, right? I look at her strengths, and if her strengths are going to complement my strengths, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
when I look at a woman, I look at, okay, what is she strong at? You know what I'm
right.
saying? What are her weak points?
Okay.
Are we going to complement each other?
Mm-hmm.
What's our connection? Those things are more important to me than compatibility because I could care less if we like the same foods. I could care less if we like the same clothes or like the same movies. And her liking different things might open my mind to different things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really get caught up in the compatibility, but that's just me. For some people, they like people to have the same things. Me, like some people like opposites. Like they say that a common saying is opposites attract. But for whatever reason that may be true. But for me, the most important thing for me, what a woman is her strengths and things that she could be better at. Do they complement my strengths, and can she improve the things that I need to be stronger at?
Right.
I'm gonna say this too about what King said, and what's good, Willie.
What's good? What's good, bro?
If the sex trash, bro, I'm out of there. I'm out of there.
For real?
Compatible.
What about the compatibility? What if y'all had great conversation? What if y'all have a lot of good hobbies together? Like you just gonna leave her if you're not compatible?
But D, hold up. You can't teach her. You already want a professional from the rip, like, because a woman is not gonna necessarily always know what you like. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Sometimes
look,
you gotta
bro.
have that conversation, like,
Right.
you
But I
know,
don't like
like it
sloppy. I
like
don't like
this.
sloppy tops. I don't like sloppy tops. When it's too sloppy, it feels weird to me.
Listen, yo, you got to,
But you gotta
Whoa,
understand too.
whoa.
Every
you got,
guy likes
yo,
something different. So it's
yeah,
like,
you got to
you
figure,
know,
you got to do something. You can't just, you got to be able to be Professor Einstein and Harry Potter in the bedroom. You know what I mean? You got to get magical and show them some stuff, man. I mean, look, yeah,
I mean, in
y'all
that
got to
situation, this is
do-
what I would do. If she knew what she was doing, I'm just gonna just work my different strokes, you know what I'm saying, do me, and then I'm out of there. You still gotta go though, because it's like, like I'm not really interested in that. I tell women all the time. Again, I'm not sure because you monetize them. I'm not sure like what I can
I mean,
say
you can
here,
say what
but
you say. Just don't use the derogatory term. You can say what you say.
your signature moves. Your signature moves.
let me just say this: like, if the throat not deep,
Right.
I'm not
Oh,
trying to teach you that, right? You gotta bear like. I don't care what's behind your experience or whatever before me, but you come to me prepared for that,
Right.
right? If you got weak legs, you can't get on top of me and do your thing, right? So it's important to me. Oh yeah,
Right.
you walk. Oh, she walk every day. She do a mile every day.
Bad knees.
Okay. No. Good legs.
Okay, no,
Good
yeah.
legs.
A lot of them have
Strong
bad knees.
legs.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But
to
women,
me,
Darrell, don't you think women are a little bit more, a little bit more forgiving when men don't come and perform the first time? They give us second chances, but we don't give women second chances at all.
you gotta have a plan for that. What I
Right.
tell the homies is, you gotta like before you even get to her, you gotta grab your Vaseline, get one out before you even go. So when she see you,
the warning shot.
she thinking that first one is, you know what I'm saying, that bitch going, but that's really number 2 or 3. You done let it off. You feel me? But she
Yeah,
ain't gotta know
you
that.
young
That's
though.
the old.
You
That's
know,
the old warning shot trick.
yeah, Darrell is the youngest out of all of us. I'm 41, so I'm gonna say one thing. This is the honest truth. So nobody don't judge me. I go I could go for hours, but I got one shot and that's it. I'm not coming back from that. I'm telling you, I
One
don't
and
come
done.
back.
One and done.
I don't come back. I could go for hours, but that's one shot and I'm done. I'll be honest. That's it. We could do it every day, but we can't do it. We could do it every 6 hours. But that come back like I want in my 20s or 30s, like Darrell, they ain't coming back from that. That's it.
One
So
hit a quitter, and he's the quitter.
yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. It's just too much. We doing too much now, right? We doing after an hour, everything is just. Come on, like what are we doing?
Yeah,
All
see,
right, but
that's just a big deal for me. I'm a no boundaries type of guy. So like, if you can't, my bad. If you can't accept that, then yeah, bye bye.
Yeah, I had a bad experience. I'll share one funny bad experience. And
right, let's keep it mind. Remember, we
yeah,
monitor.
yeah. And I just remembered it was like it was not good. She was mannequin style, right?
Right.
And then it was like, man, so at some point to finish, and then now, and I thought I was like, yeah, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go to the next round. And then I realized it wasn't happening, and she's there with her arm across me, and I'm just there looking like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking like shit. I wish somebody would call me right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And then you got that arm all over your chest, and it's like she's asleep, and I'm like, you ain't even do nothing.
Right.
It's knocked out. There's some situations. That was a real situation where I literally was there, like, yo, how the hell do I get out of here now? There's gonna be extreme situations. You know what I mean? You can't get around mannequin style, man. You know, you can't really, man.
Well, so to make it bring it back to the conversation. So is sex one of the arenas that we have to be compatible with our partner? Is it a make or break situation? If you're compatible with someone with every realm of your life, but the sex is not that good, this is getting spicy. So we're losing all the Disney ads right now.
Look at Truth. Look at Truth.
You get all
He said, how we get on the dirty talk?
Yeah, so we're losing all the Disney ads right now. So I'm just gonna let you know we're gonna get like Hennessy ads on this one. But at the end of the day,
lingerie and stuff.
we have to. Is it sex that important that we will forget about compatibility? And is sex needed for connection? Can you be connected with someone? I'm talking to one of the ladies I'm talking to right now. We never had sex, and I'm connected to her somehow. And another lady I'm talking to right now, I think our sex is proof that we are connected, right? I'm open about my relationships. Everybody knows, you know me. I'm gonna be real about it, right? The only thing I don't share is my social security. All right, you go.
Can I ask you a question real quick, King?
Talk to me.
Y'all haven't had sex before, like somebody else go, but have y'all thought about fucking each other mentally? Have
Right.
y'all already fucked each other? Had sex with each other.
I have mentioned it every chance I got to. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not smashing. I don't know what's going on. But what happens is we have these good conversations early in the morning. We talk, but I don't know why I'm not smashing. And to be honest with you, I told her I don't know why I'm not aroused. And she's bad. I don't know why I'm not aroused around her. It's not about that. For some reason, it's not about that. But there's another young lady where the sex is amazing. Like it's almost magical. I feel like I'm levitating at times, right? Right? But it's proof that we are connected. It's proof that we are connected. And she's in the class. She wants to come up and give a shout out. She could. I'm joking. Go ahead. Look at y'all. Y'all was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Go ahead.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think sex has to make you compatible or for connection. I just, I think, like I said, if that was the case, then everybody would probably be with the first person they had sex with because that was probably the best sex they ever had. So
right.
So I think we all grow and have preferences, and I think we all have, connections that are deeper than sex, and life does take us through the most. So I mean, trust me, if sex was that important, everybody would definitely have gotten married to the best person that they've had sex with. But because of other things like wealth and family and just you can't even stand the person outside of the bedroom. Sex only gets you so far.
Right. But can you be connected to a woman that you're not
Yeah.
sexually compatible with? Can you be connected to one that you're not sexually compatible with? And I don't think I would want to experience that. Well,
so when you say sexually compatible, that means that y'all like the same things.
we like the same things, and it's a perfect lock and key mesh situation in regards to rhythm, in regards to just initiative and effort. Also, like you said, you're right. You have to teach someone. A man will be lying to you if he says he knows a woman's body. Every woman's body is different. It's a journey. When you're making love to a woman, it's a journey. So you're not going to always be compatible like that, right? Some women you are. Some women it just works out like that. But yeah, I have to be compatible with the lady that I am, sexually compatible with the lady that I'm connected to, because that's the way I express my love. That's one of the ways I express love.
I feel the same way. It's like I should look forward to coming home and making love to you. I should be thinking about that when I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I should be thinking about that all day. And that's the kind of woman that I'm interested in. I'm in a situation like you, right, King, where I talk to a flower, we haven't had sex, but I think about making love to her all day. Right? a lot of it is just lack of discipline and just a fresh relationship. But at the end of the day, I desire
So
that. I don't.
yo D,
Yeah.
I got a question for you real quick.
Hmm.
So now the what you have in your mind, and then say y'all eventually end up doing some. If it doesn't live up to what you have in your mind, are you done with her? Y'all have a connection. Like you just gonna be like, ah,
Bro, she bad. I don't see that happening. But look,
all
look, look,
right.
look. On some real, she's so beautiful. I don't really see now. Like I don't see myself not being satisfied in certain ways. And it's I know enough to know. I know enough to know like I'm good there. You know what I'm saying?
Compatibility
Um,
could be frequency though. She might like it, but she might not like it as many times as you like it throughout the day or week.
I don't
That's
think
it.
I'm gonna have that problem either. For me, no, no, I don't. To answer your question, Willie, with this particular person, absolutely not. She gonna get a pass, but
Right.
in the average situation, yeah, that might be something that I have to. That's a red flag, bro. It's a red flag for sure. You know what I mean? Because think about it, like King said, some women give men grace, but a lot of women don't. A woman she gotta add another man on as a body count, and then he go in for 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And he done. You know what I'm saying? I think that's it's kind of disgraceful. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of different ways you could have made up for that. That's why I said I don't know, like, but you can start with oral. You know what I'm saying? You can start with foreplay. There's
Right.
different ways of arousing your partner to the point of climax, and then you go in with the penetration, et cetera, et cetera. But for me, these things are a necessity. Like I have a high appetite for sex. So for me, if a woman isn't really, if she doesn't have a high sexual appetite as well, we can both like Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, but you know what I'm saying. If she don't have that sexual appetite, we're not gonna be romantically involved for long, more than likely.
Well, everybody's noticing the smile that you have when you're talking about her. So everybody's wondering who it is because you mentioned it several times. And also, I like to create like suspense and drama. But at the end of the day, everybody's looking at it like, yo, he's smiling. It's got to be somebody. So we're gonna figure out. Is she in the garden right now?
I don't know if she in the garden right. I can't say that or not. I don't know if she
All
here or
right.
not.
So we're
I
gonna
don't
be
even know if she ever been here or not.
okay. Okay. Good. All right.
Uh,
That's a good one. So with that being said, it's real, and I hope. Hold on, is who's coming up here? Oh, okay, okay, okay. It was never okay. We're gonna let people up. I put the StreamYard. I really want some women to come up here because we haven't heard any woman perspective on compatibility and connection. That's very important for us to come up here and just talk to us about how you feel about compatibility. And another thing is, do you believe that spiritual compatibility is important or more important than sexual compatibility in a relationship? And is spiritual compatibility, I want to ask E Black, a trap as a trap as well? Because some people say, I'm a Christian, so we belong together. And when that could be probably the worst relationship you're in. Talk to me.
Man, it's true. Spiritual compatibility can actually be a trap too, because there's some of these church drummers. They be wicking that game, man. So you got to be careful about that. So but yeah, definitely,
You
I would
said church
almost,
drummers?
yeah, these church drummers and the organ
Why not
players.
okay, okay. Why not the pastors and stuff? Because the pastors be like, what's going on? Why them?
Because you don't want the drummer beating that drum. Oh, go ahead. My bad. Carry on.
But yeah, the one thing, if you're spiritually compatible, that actually does set you off for a better relationship, because essentially when you are able to connect on a higher level, a lot of the things that of this world do not really matter as much. So then you're able to push yourself towards things that are, like I said, sex, finances, other things. So as long as, I think in fact, you know what, you can have sexual compatibility and you can have physical attraction, and you can have a mental connection. But if you guys aren't spiritually connected, then I would say you're gonna have a real huge issue, because when the times get hard, when it comes down to moments of truth, and when you're gonna have to meet the pavement with the road,
Right.
you're gonna find yourself in hard positions, and you're gonna want somebody who understands your spiritual level, understand when you're down,
Right.
understand how to get you back up, understand where you lie on your spiritual levels. So like I said, a lot of people don't realize that after a while, what happens when alcoholism starts kicking in?
Right.
What happens when you do get, the woman does gain the weight? What happens when the finances do get tough? Or what happens
Right.
when you say you have a child and the child is disabled? What about real life things? Forget all the stuff. What happens in real life? So you got to make sure that you are definitely spiritually connected, because you can have sex all day, but that's not gonna solve your problems.
Right. So with that being said, let me go back, ladies. Let me tell you something about myself, especially with the sexual compatibility thing. I want to make something very clear. The problem with y'all is I'll be wanting to do it when I want to do it, but y'all be having me wait so long. So by the time I get to do it, y'all ain't gonna get the real me. So I advise when I want it, please give it to me when I want it, not when you want it, because that's not fair. It's just not fair. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna bring some people. Shout out to Brittany B for the super chat. I don't know how that works. I'm looking at the YouTube thing studio and I don't see it there. But hopefully they holding it from somebody's holding the money from. I don't know how that works. Does anybody know how that works? Because I don't see it, but I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. You feel me? I don't even know. They don't even have my account number. So where's this money going to? All right, bless me. Truth is
Hey
never
guys.
fairy. Hey, bless
Okay,
me.
really quickly, I want to give you guys an example about what I thought of when you showed the video about compatibility versus suitable, right? Or
Yeah.
compatible
Tell us,
versus suitable.
bless me before you say anything. As a representative of the Pisces men, we still love you. Thank you.
Thank you. I sent a super chat. You know I love you.
Yeah,
I'm
but you know
really
you hate Pisces
excited.
men. You said we the devils.
Listen, I be mad at my man, so I just projecting. Don't, it's not personal.
He's the greatest man ever. Your man is the greatest man. He's a Pisces. That's it.
No, he's a sweetheart. But no, okay, so listen, I thought about Will and Jada, right? When we say compatible versus suitable. And here's the thing. They are suitable, right? For business. They were
Right.
great. They benefit each other very well. It worked for a very long time. The look, the image, whatever. They are not compatible. And that is why they have the kind of relationship that they have. So
Mm-hmm.
I personally was saying all of that to say I think um, compatibility is important, but I just think it depends on what you value more,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if having a person who's suitable, that might be great for the brand, the bag, the business, great, yes. But if you're a person like myself, I value money, but I value my peace of mind more than anything. I will
Okay.
go with the more compatible person. So I just wanted to give I have a different perspective about that. I don't think either one is bad, but I don't think compatibility is not, oh, we like the same sneakers. It's like I have to live with you, I have to exist with you, I have to be in your face every day, every night. I'm gonna need us to have like really kind of be in the same thought pattern in some degrees. Like I need to be able to laugh with you, joke with you, play with you, like not we think completely opposite all the time. uh
Right.
I just, so that was my little spiel on that.
Well, so let me ask you a question. Um, this compatibility. I want to talk about this a little bit later on, but I brought you up for this. Um, do women become friends with other women because they're compatible and they don't really care about them? Because I've seen women team up with other women because they're pretty and not because they really get along with them. Is that the same thing?
I think like attracts like. I
Right.
agree with you, except for the part that they don't really care about them. I think realistically, anybody we just meet, we don't care too much about. Let's be honest. So
Right. Or like men.
naturally, you
Men only team up with men because that man is making money and the other guys like I make money, so let's team up. But do they really care about them?
well, I think it's fair to say none of us. I mean, as much as we can care for a stranger, right? Like
Right.
generally, you care, but I don't think you care any less about the prettier girl than the less attractive girl as a female, as a friend. We like I think being attractive is attractive to everyone. whether you're
Right.
a man or a woman. It doesn't have to be sexual, but if you're an attractive female, you're going
Right.
to attract all type of things to you. And the same thing for a man. If a man is attractive, whether we realize it or not, we respond to people without knowing, right? So something about him might just make you go talk to him. It might be to watch, like you said, in your mind it translates as, oh, he get the bag and I want, but no, something about him is attractive to you, not in a sexual way, but it is. So I don't think we befriend people because we just don't care or they're pretty, but I do think people who are attractive do attract you for whatever reason. You just can't even help it. You kind of go over there. When the pretty girl comes in the room, we all know she's pretty, right? We see her.
Right. Okay. Okay. Fellas, what do you think about compatibility and friendship?
Compatibility and friendship. I think compatibility works better within friendship than it works within a real relationship, within a monogamous relationship. Why? Remember, compatibility is the math problem for the person that doesn't know math. We don't really know what's compatible because we don't know what our future is. So we can't figure out who's going to be a compatible wife, because here's why you can't figure it out. Because you're growing into this person. You don't know who she's going to grow into within the next 10 to 15 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have a friend, it's way different. Compatibility is different because you guys are not bound within the sandbox of a monogamous relationship. You guys are not bound within the sandbox of relationship rules and the love rules of engagement. So you just, that's your homie, that's your friend. So you just have times to figure it out. You get me?
Right.
And compatibility actually grows with friends. Why? Because of the fact that you get to learn more, and it's a reciprocal learning process. And then you guys may end up learning more from each other as friends that make you better.
Right.
And in certain cases, eventually, believe it or not, some cases, those people end up married because they were not bound by all of the existential pressures of that relationship thing, you know, where they were just able to go it alone, flow with the ebb and flow of the water. And like relationships, you're always supposed to be like this. Because they were friends, they had that time to vacate from each other and breathe and you know, be who they were. So that's one of those things that I believe. Compatibility within the friendship dynamic, it can be built, and I think it works better, and it can actually grow.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe it's real for the other thing. You know?
The guy, you're on mute. Hello? Yeah, the guy.
I'm on mute.
No, you wasn't on mute.
Oh man, I was like, yo, I said all of that shit.
The guy on the video I showed clearly stated that, you know, we should stop being compatible and focus on suitability. But they say most good relationships, they start off as friendships where they were compatible and became something more. And I'm bringing that up because Chef always says that him and his lady, they were best friends. They were friends, and then they became more. So how does compatibility and friendship lead to a relationship?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you go ahead, Truth.
Yeah, I agree with Chef on this matter. Like we're talking about three separate things. We're talking about attraction, compatibility, and suitability.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, okay, so let's just deal with the attraction part.
Right.
Sex comes with attraction because that's the first thing you see when you see someone. You look at how they dress, their mannerisms, their smile, how their body frame shape. You don't really need compatibility or suitability to hit a girl. Like that never was in my frame of thought. Like, are we compatible before I smash? And again, this is me talking about when I was out there dragging. If I'm clipping, I'm clipping. If you got Debbie's, you smell good, you clean, Look like that thing about to be all right. Yeah, we about to do this or whatever. Majority of the time, compatibility is thought after with females. They look to these type of things. They want to see if we got the vibe, we got the flow, we got all the things that is like temporary. They change with emotions. Majority of men, because we're looking for things that are, I like to say, instead of temporal, eternal, things that's going to be long lasting. We're looking for longevity, legacy, and authenticity. So we're
Right.
looking for suitability. We're looking for something that's going to be stable and present, E Black said. What's going to be happening when your leg fall off? Is she going to be there? That ain't compatible. Nobody like no. Honestly, you're not going to wake up and like to have sex with a one-legged person. But that suitability of having a vision of knowing the fact we still got to get to this end goal, that's going to sustain, and that's where the suitability is the love aspect. That's the glue. That's the thing that's going to hold everything together. And just like E Black said, that's where the spirituality takes place. When people, we always use this term, being unequally yoked. It doesn't just mean spiritually, because some people can be spiritually the same, but they're unequally yoked physically
Right.
in their drive and in their mentality.
Right.
So
Is
that's
that
not the
why?
only thing.
Is that why pretty girls like ugly dudes?
Yeah,
Why is that?
I'm about to go into that. That's the next thing. So
Right.
let's deal with the attraction. You can walk down the street and see a fine girl with a ugly a ugly person, that visual, an ugly dude visual. Like
Right.
Lil Wayne got some of the baddest chicks, but he walk around looking dead all the time, man. But people's level of attraction is based off of their perception. People are attracted to different things. Some people actually like a guy that looks like that. They don't like a lot of people don't like guys with, a lot of girls don't like guys with, curly hair, smooth skin or whatever. They want them to look rough. You know what I'm saying? They want to know that they have a background, because it it kind of makes them picture that you're going to be able to handle them. Majority of women, as much as they want to talk, they want a strong man to handle them, but they don't want him strong when it comes to trying to dictate how we're going to move in this relationship. They want you strong in that bed, straight up. They want you to handle that. So they're gonna look for someone that can take care of themselves that way.
Right.
So attraction. I'll give you another example. A woman, you can have great sex with a woman. As far as, well, not, let me preface that. Not great sex. It could be nothing wrong with you anatomically. Down there, you probably gifted. But with her, if y'all not connected on a different type of level, and it's hard to explain, women know what I'm talking about. It's something that you got to connect with them. That even if you blessed down there, they still not going to be feeling. They'll go get with someone else that ain't as blessed with you, and they just got that connection. Like it's something else driving. Women's emotional depth is deep as crap. Like we're never going to understand that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why a majority of them focus on the compatibility, because they understand themselves with that emotional depth. We will never understand that, because our mindset is more logical. We're looking for the beginning goal and try to get to the end goal, because we know our time is expiring. We know we got expiration date. We got to get this done. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's different when it comes to, you know, male and female, and how we visually look at things mentally and spiritually. But just like E Black said, if that spirituality ain't there, it ain't gonna work, bro.
Okay.
It's not. You can have great sex,
Right.
all that. It's not gonna work.
All right. What do you feel about that, Will?
Yeah, the one thing about the Lil Wayne example, that's tough for me to agree with, because if that man didn't have the status and the money and the talent that he had, he wouldn't have access to those same type of women.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%. And he's short.
Yeah,
And he's short.
yeah, I know some. I agree to the point that he might not have as much of those women, but I see men that look like him that get gorgeous women, man.
What do they have? What are they offering?
They just funny
You'll be
or good
surprised, bro.
time, like a
Trust
good
me.
time.
When I
What you
say
think?
is guys that ain't got nothing, and females just like them, and them females be bad.
But
They
look,
just feeling.
but what you they gotta have something to offer. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? No woman is just gonna be with a guy with nothing to offer. Even if it's something that's just they make them laugh or they good in the bed. Every guy has something that they offer for a reason that a woman is attracted to them or a reason why a woman is with them. And like you said, truth about
No,
um
no, I agree. I agree. No, that's what I was saying. That's why I said with the attraction is different. It's
yeah,
different. Like it depends on what. It depends on their preference. What is it? Is it money? Is it the drill? Is it your speech? Their
right,
level with as far as the emotion is just it's a different depth in order to try to connect with them. It's a
right.
specific woman. They each got their own thing. You feel what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got you. Now, King, just to go back on the other
Right,
question that you proposed, like I choose my friends the same way that I choose my women. Like I said, with my women, um, I want to make sure that they have the same strengths I have, but then they're also strong where I may feel that I need to be stronger,
right,
so that they could pick me up. You know what I'm saying? Or they could challenge me to be a better me. And I choose my friends the same way. I can't be with a friend that I outgrow. You know what I'm saying? They have to either grow with me or they have to push me to be a better me. If
right,
they not doing that, then I'm gonna eventually outgrow that grow that friend. You know what I'm saying? So like I choose friends that are gonna challenge me to be a better me.
right,
And then, like I guess you want to say we complement each other more than we're compatible because if we have this
Facts.
if we have you know um the same type of goals and stuff, that
right,
compatibility, we'll see that later.
right,
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's more important, especially like in a friend or something, that he's pushing me, to be a better me, just as much as I want to be a better person, but they giving me that extra boost. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be times where you get tired of the struggle, and you're going to need somebody to pick you up. You're not going to want a friend that's okay with you, not pushing through your trials and tribulations. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like that's what a friend is for. You know what I'm saying? Your friend is there to push you through the tough times. Your friend's there to push you to be a better you, and it's not just gonna accept you settling for less than you deserve, and less of a individual that you are, or less than your potential. You know what I'm saying? Your friend's gonna help you reach that potential, just
right,
like your
What if
lady should.
what if your friends are there to support though? Because I think about some of my friends, and I think about like we don't have the same type of relationship. We're there as support. Hey man, what you got going on? And I got this going on, and we give each other advice, and we wish the best for each other, but at the same time, we're not directly saying, hey man, you need to go get that degree. You need to go do this. You need to do that. We don't have that type of relationship. We're more or less support. So when I don't have to be when I leave the real world and we all get together and we hang out, there's no stress on us. We're compatible in that sense in which we don't care about necessarily, as long as we're good people. As long as we're not like killing nobody or raping nobody or graping somebody. And these are the kind of friends that, like I said, I have around because, like I said, whether they're rich or whether they're poor, they're good people. They're good individuals, and that's kind of like where. And like I said, I get it. Some people have good friends that are like mentors, and they push each other in good circles. But like I said, my particular circle of friends, we're more or less a support system. We can call each other and talk about issues, and like I said, I'm not gonna judge them, and I'm not even when they do make the mistakes. I'm not gonna sit there and be like,
I kind of agree.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm leaning to Will, because Will's my friend. That's my friend. And Will, one thing about Will, we exchange information on a high level and frequency, to the point that he exchanged so much information to me, tells me to watch this or read this, to the point that I don't even get a chance to read everything or watch everything. That's the friends I want around me, that's gonna and make me better, right? So I get what E is saying, where you want friends that are there because of your value system or your virtues, right? But my friends that I have around me, if they don't inspire me, then I don't want to be around them. At this age, I don't want friends for comfort. At my age right now, 41 years old, I do not want friends for comfort. I need friends to make me feel a certain way. There's a quote that says, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I want to be in the wrong room every day of my life.
Just to touch on what you were saying, E Black. It's like, for example, if if I have a drinking problem, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my friend drinking with me, and my friend shouldn't be drinking with me.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? My friend should be like, yo, Will, you need to put that drink down. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's like him comforting you will be him listening to your problems and maybe drinking with you too. But my ideal of a friend, if I have a problem, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them supporting my problem. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, you don't want them to leave you because they'd say, "Man, you drink too dang much. I'm gone, man."
No, but that's not the type of friend that I choose.
Okay. I do. If I'm doing something bad, I want my friends to say, I'm not messing with you no more.
No, but they're gonna tell you. They're not just gonna leave you.
Right. But he said He said your friend shouldn't leave you if you're doing something bad.
Right. So look, if King had a drinking problem and I was around him, I'm like, yo, son, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you good. Like, yo, you don't need another drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's go do something else. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, son, yo, get me one too. Nah, because you know, and like I can't force him to do anything, but at least me saying that lets him know that I'm not supporting that as a friend.
Yeah, I respect everything you're saying, Will. That's the problem. Most of us, we got to understand what an actual friend is. Right. Having a whole bunch of enablers around you, that's not a friend. They the main ones that when you get locked up, they saying free you, but
wait, truth. Hold on. You had a good point. What's the difference between a supporter that E Black is talking about and an enabler that you're talking about? What's the difference? Between an enabler and a short answer, because we want to, we got as limited. So in a short answer, between enabler and supporter.
So-called supporter, they the ones that's going to be there to encourage you to do wrong and be there with you while you doing. I mean, when you ain't doing something wrong. So they're going to be there, right or wrong. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, well, that's the enabler. Hold on. So my fault. You got me all screwed up because what E Black was talking about was the enabler.
He said supporter, and then you said
a supporter is not an enabler.
That's what I'm saying. What's the difference?
No, that's why I said, excuse me. I got things screwed up. Excuse me. Enabler is the one that's going to be there for when you do right and wrong. They the ones that's called the ride or die, but they're not a friend. A friend is not going to be there when you're doing something wrong and encourage you to do that and then put the hashtag free such and such when you get locked up. They're going to be there like, yo, bro, you do that, like we're going to have to reevaluate our friendship because, you know what I'm saying, I can't agree with something that I wouldn't partake in. And like he said, you got to be on the same mindset as me if we building. Your friends is the ones that's got to be there for when you fall to reach their hand down to pick you up. They can't do that if their mind is not in place. So that's an enabler.
Okay, E Black, the difference.
Yeah. I would think a supporter, like I said, a supporter is somebody who sits there and like I said, who takes you as you are, the faults and all, and they say, you know what, we're not building our relationship based on what you have or what you lack. We're our connection is definitely more or less built on, things. May be spiritual, it may be sports, it may be a whole bunch of things that that we communicate on. However, an enabler is somebody, like Will said, is somebody who's like, hey, I have a drinking problem, and then I then take you to the bar knowing that you're on your 30-day sobriety. It's like,
Now,
but
that's a
it's a
stumbling block
but
right there.
say what?
That's a stumbling block. That's
Yeah.
somebody leading. That's somebody leading you to your vice. That's what you're speaking of is an enabler. You're just talking about the more uh extenuating, like the severity part of
No,
it.
I've had a
Somebody that's
friend.
leading you.
I had a friend. He was on probation, and he had to like he had to for like a couple of months he couldn't do drugs or alcohol. But like I said, I don't do drugs, and I drink, but like I made sure that whatever he was doing, I wasn't supporting him, or I wasn't fond of what was going on, but I was like, man, what's going on? And then we would just joke around, but I wouldn't infect him. So I was a supporter. I was making sure that, hey man, we're on the same level.
So let me ask you this: What would be, what is the drawing line before you say, okay, like we can't rock out no more?
The drawing line is when it starts affecting your family and your ability to move around.
Yeah.
So only when it affects you, not when it affects him.
Oh well, both ways, of course. But I mean, we're talking
But
about what I'm
you
talking
didn't
about
say
where
that
I draw the
initially.
line. If you're talking about where I draw the line, then I have to draw the line when it affects me more than likely than anything.
Right, right.
Oh, okay. So I draw the
Yo,
line when
hold
I
hold on,
see
hold on,
my
hold on, hold
brother.
on, hold on. True. For everybody that I don't know how this super chat works, but if you want to donate money and don't want nobody to know how much you donating, we have Cash App too, and Cash App is a very special place to me. And let me tell you why Cash App is a very special place to me. Because Cash App goes directly to my account. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I draw the line basically when I feel as though we're not covering no ground together. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to sound counsel. So we can't move nowhere. Especially if you want to do repetitive things that I'm growing from. I'm going this direction. You can't walk with me.
So
We're going in separate
how
directions.
many of your friends have multiple baby mamas?
Hello?
No,
Will.
I'm trying to think. Probably 50-50.
Damn. So I mean,
Well,
let's be
hold
honest.
on. You say no, hold on. You say friends or people I used to be friends with.
Friends. Let's
Uh,
be honest. So we have
no,
friends
no, no.
who
I'm
knock
being
up.
honest now because a lot of people have cut off. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Okay.
I get E Black's point because E Black point is a lot of people tell men, a lot of people tell women or their wives, stop hanging with your single friends.
Hmm.
Right. So what do you got compatible with the single friends? Like, like even I lost a lot of,
No, that's what I'm saying.
I lost a lot of male friends because my banker, I used to talk to a lot of banker dudes that graduated college and went to work in Wall Street, and they got married, and their wives would say, "Why are you hanging with King for?" Because King is single, and when you're around King, ladies are going to be around, and temptation is around, right? They would use me as an excuse because they were doing what they're going to do anyway. But I was the scapegoat. But I get what they're saying though. At the end of the day, is bottom line is this: he doesn't have the same value system because he's in a different stage in his life right now. You need to be around men who are married and who could be as a support group to living a marriage life instead of being an enabler to following your hedonistic ways, right? Because if you hang around with me, then you might be tempted if you're not
Yeah.
strong, right? All right. I'm sorry, Truth, to cut you. I apologize.
No, you good, bro. You good, bro. Yeah, I mean, that's basically like that's why I wanted to preference my comments
Right.
because a lot of times people can't, differentiate between me talking about my past life and where I stand as a man now. So if you're asking me now, no, my circle is very small, and nobody I hang out or consider a friend, they're not married. Everyone is married
Right.
that I hang out with.
Okay.
See, like everyone that I hang out with is not married, and um, but they respect my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna try to influence me to get like if they trying to holler at somebody, they not trying to influence me to holler at their friend. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that in some situations that somebody who is not married can influence somebody who is married, but in my situation, the friends that I have, they're not doing that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, like all the friends, when I come around, if they do things that I don't do, they don't do it around me
Right.
out of respect. And I don't even tell them like, yo, don't do that. Like for example, like a lot of my friends that they smoke weed or whatever. I don't smoke weed. And when I'm around, they don't smoke it around me. They either leave or they don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even say nothing. But they know I don't do that. So out of respect, they don't do it around me. Those are the type of friends that I have around me. You know, they not encouraging me to risk my situation. They're not encouraging me to do things that I don't do, and they're not doing things that I don't do around me. So those are the type of friends that I have.
Right.
Jeff, you've been
Right.
quiet.
I agree. I
Jeff?
definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you've been quiet.
So what it is in terms of, I'm still on the supporter versus enabler piece. The supporter and an enabler, they're one and the same. Here's how they transition. They can be your supporter and have been a supporter. But once they show you support in light of you facing one of your demons, an adverse situation, a situation where you could put yourself in a bad place, when they continue to support you when you're at a point of your worst, that is when they become an enabler.
Right.
When you don't do DRUGS, monetization, you don't do them. They do. They happen to run out of money. And we talking about hard stuff. We're not talking about, the Lord's herb, right?
Right.
And they run out of money.
We're not talking about the Sensinelia. We're talking about
Right.
the nose candy. We're talking about
Right.
the flavors. We're talking about the ski.
Right. So literally, and then they left their wallet at home or something. And now they want you to go and get them an 8-ball.
Damn.
At this point, it's like, yo, once you pass that line and you don't like them doing it, but you're just doing it, you become an enabler. Working in and growing up in the industry so much of my life, having friends that are known celebrities and having friends that were up there and had a level of fame. One of the craziest things is watching the people around them that never said no. That wasn't like, come on, man. I was always that person in the circle where it was like, yo, you bugging, man. What are you doing, yo? And then other people, they wanted to be able to stay on tour. They didn't want to get sent home on a bus. They wanted to be able to still get in the VIP and see the groupies and be backstage and do all of the concert things.
Right.
So they would allow stuff. Man. The circle is crazy. And there's enablers that benefit from you being at your worst.
Mm-hmm.
And they come disguised as friends. They come disguised as, because when you're in a situation where you're famous and you're doing everything, you start to look at people like, who's the BS person? Who's trying to get at my stuff? So the friends, they hold more currency. And they come bearing the gift of that friendship. I knew you for so long, and my history, my day one. You was there when I was riding the bus.
True
Right?
story.
Right. But what happens is they may come as a Trojan horse, where it's a wonderful gift that you allow into the auspices of your kingdom. But inside, there's tons of soldiers in there to capture you or to hurt you as a parasite. And there's some folks that come to bring your demons back to you. Always remember those folks when you're at this point where you're doing good, right? Watch this, King. Oh, man, yo. Somebody be like, man, look at the king, man. Look at Kinghormeku. Yo, you remember when he was on Mother Gaston? Yo, you remember that?
Man,
look at that, man.
Your address, huh? Damn.
Huh? Oh, damn. Listen,
My block is protected. I'm just saying. My old block is protected.
Look, watch this. I didn't even know you was I didn't even know you was there. I just
I'm not dead now, but family's there, but things is they're not coming here anyway. But I'm just saying,
look, but yo, look, I just named that's like the mainstream. But yo, they'll be like, yeah, man, yeah, I remember when he was down. Yeah, man, he's doing that thing. He's making us proud. And then here comes the other dude. Yeah, man, yeah, all right. Yeah, but you remember when he used to get drunk and then he used to go piss in the sink, right? Yeah, you don't remember that time when he did that dumb stuff? Yeah, man, he's still that dude. There's people that want to bring back your old demons to you.
Exactly.
So when I say supporter and enabler, any supporter can transition into that enabler state by not saying no.
Right.
By not saying no. You say yes when you know it's the wrong thing to do, then at this point, you've transitioned into enabler. And it shows that you are weak. And the reason you said no is always going to be for a selfish reason. It's going to be for a selfish reason because you don't want to confront that person that's in a particular place and you enjoy that place and you don't want to rub them the wrong way. What kind of friend are you? And when I speak to that level, because I've been in this industry so long, you see it. You see it. You see who the fair weather friends are. You see who's the bad weather friends too. The ones that's always there when some stuff is stirring up. Like, yeah, I got you, son. I got you. Not realizing that's the demon that you're carrying in your pocket with you.
Right.
I got you, son. So there's a few different types of those characters, that we can unpack. But supporter and, like I said, supporter enabler are one and the same, right, but for one pivotal action.
Thank you, Lenski. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Totally. You basically explained it better than me. That's basically what I was saying. They basically the same person, just based off of the choice. The choice is what separates them. So, yep.
Okay. Bless me. How do you feel, Bless me?
About supporter versus enabler?
Yes. And the other thing too.
What was the other thing? Yeah, I was confused about the last topic.
Well, that's what Chef took us there.
No, but I understood. Wait, so what's the other thing? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're.
The first thing what I brought up was supporting Ava based on a conversation that E Black and Truth had.
I agree with most of what Chef said, but I had one pushback. Right, the part where you said,
"Why you can't never agree with everything?" Man. This is bullying. This is bullying. Nah, go ahead, man.
Because then it wouldn't be interesting, right? No, because you was preaching, but the last part you said you turn into an enabler when you won't say no, and you won't say no because you're enjoying seeing that person in that place they're in. And I don't think that's true. Like, I think sometimes people just don't have the emotional capacity or energy that it would take to, when you know somebody and you can't tell them anything anyway, so you rather just choose to save your energy and your time because like certain people, you've seen several people try to talk to them over and over, nothing resonates So you know you're not gonna be the one. So you're like, well, okay, it is what it is.
Mm.
But what my question for you, Bliss me, would be, why are you still hanging around that person if you know the advice that you'll be given to help their situation, they're not even considering it.
Exactly.
Because
I have a
like
sorry.
for example, like I have family that's heavy into the streets, and you know they if they doing negative stuff, they're gonna tell me not to be around.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's, especially if they're not listening to the advice and the jewels that I'm throwing at them, they're gonna at least respect me enough to be like, "Yo, Will, I'm hot right now." You know what I'm saying? And he's letting me know that, like, I'm not he's not the best person to be around. And then I'll just remove myself. But he understands that he's doing something that could offend that could potentially affect me too, because the life that he's chosen, when they come for him, they're coming for whoever's standing next to him too. So you know if you're around people who your advice doesn't mean anything to, then your friendship might not mean anything to them either. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Especially if it's one sided, because I'm sure you're open minded enough to listen to their advice, or at least consider it and weigh it and see if it's beneficial for you. But if somebody's not even listening to you, then I don't see how they appreciate your friendship.
Right.
Wow, I agree because you know what? Of course, I'm not going to say the person, but when I was saying that story, I had a particular person in mind. And you know what conclusion I came to recently? She does not respect me.
What do you mean? What
So
do you
you're
mean?
100% correct. She doesn't respect me.
How you
It
figure?
it it took me a while to she had been doing and saying certain things that were just out of line. And the final straw was she got a little too comfortable with my man and I had to say something. And she has not spoken to me since. Like she got mad, she hung up the phone, and she's not afraid of me. So it wasn't that. Well, I think she ran away from the conversation because she knows she was dead wrong, but she's not she wasn't expecting me to really check her like, oh no, you bugging. Like I'll let you get away with a lot, but you're not gonna cross that line. Like now we're gonna have to have a conversation. But as I reflected on other things, I was like, Erin, she's been showing you she doesn't respect you. I just wasn't seeing it. But like when she did that last thing she did, I saw everything clearly. Like, oh, she doesn't respect you. So I think he's absolutely correct. Like, yeah, those are people who don't value you as friends anyway. So nothing
You
you
know,
say
because
really matters.
because a lot of those people, they want you around just for their benefit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like they want you around so that you're around when they need you.
Why do I have 98 lights? What's going on? Can somebody put the lights up? Thank you.
You're 100% correct because when I thought about it too, like, okay, this person's not speaking to me anymore. We've been in each other's lives for years. And I evaluated like who benefits who in this relationship.
Right.
She
Right,
does not benefit me at all. I benefit her a ton. Like
Mm-hmm.
right.
honestly. So it was like, yeah, bye. Like,
I'm not
whatever.
telling you to throw it to the curb, but you know what I'm saying. Like you have to understand when you appreciate it, and when you're not, and when you're not, maybe that's not the best situation for you to be in.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds one sided.
So what?
Right.
but but like but
So
like but like what Willie said, you know, and with truth or with truth and Mike Wills was saying, when do you cut it off? And Willie understands the fact that he has a family, so he's not going to be around. He's not going to make himself available for the retribution of the friendship. Same with me. If I hung out with King, I'm not going to be at the strip club with him because it's going to affect my family. But we're going to support you, but it may not be the same thing as which the way that we're always going to have. It's like we've all had those childhood friends in which, we'll come by, we'll say, hey, we'll kick it, we'll even give advice. but we're gonna keep them at a distance.
Yo,
I just feel like at
I ain't
this
going
point,
front, yo. I'm gonna
they
be
can
at the strip
go.
club. Ain't going front.
Will.
You know what I'm saying? And my wife might be in there with me.
Right.
No,
You know what I mean? I'm just keeping
I
it
was gonna
100,
say,
man.
what's
Yo,
wrong with the strip club?
I'm not gonna front for the chat,
I
man.
will not be with
This
King
the
in a
garden.
hell strip club.
This the garden.
I will be in my hotel room.
I'm piece of the garden, but I'm trying to own a strip club. You know, I don't know if I can with felony, but I want to own a strip club and I want to give them health insurance. Anybody that dances.
Guys, I went for the first time.
Where?
We went to King of Diamonds. I was in Atlanta. I live in New York, but we went to Atlanta, and I never been there. October 14th. Sherelle could tell you, she was watching us on Facebook, and so I went.
Oh wow.
He was like, he wanted to go to the strip club, and I was like, y'all never been to the strip club? Let's go. And it was like so fun. Like I think every woman should go with her man. Like that was fun. It shouldn't be like a bad thing. Like go with your boyfriend.
I agree with you. I don't like going with my fellas. I actually like going as part of the date. So going to dinner. That's my thing. I used to go to Philippe's on 60th and Madison. And if you take Madison all the way down, you could go hit Sin City when it was open. Sin City's not open anymore. But you go straight down there. And I used to go there as a date. We go there, we go to date, and then we hopefully go back to the telly or to the crib, right? But it was a good date. It was like a good date because if you like strip clubs, it's not even about the girls. The DJs are always better and the food is always better at strip clubs, literally.
Oh, I was gonna say that too. I was say like
it's not about the girls.
They have some of the best food in the strip clubs for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but the dudes in the kitchen or whoever's back there be throwing down for real.
Okay.
This is how serious it is. They made an announcement. Apparently, there's something called brunch at KOD's, right? So every Sunday at King of Diamonds, they have brunch. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be weird, whatever. But when you go, they're telling you how this chef came in from Miami. He comes every weekend to cater here. So yes, they take the food very serious. I don't know what it is.
Right.
But
shout out to David Okawobi again. Thank you for another donation, man. I don't know, man. The type of donations you be giving makes me want to quit my day job and focus on YouTube. Continue to send 5,000 every time. I appreciate you, David. 5,000 every time. Thank you.
So what days were those strip clubs open at in Atlanta?
I don't know. We went on a Sunday. Yeah, it went from like brunch to like straight Freaknik or something later. I don't know. It was crazy. It was like no strippers at first. It was like a live band, a singer, and just like people eating and just like fun. And then after a certain time, the band and the singer goes away, and then the strippers come.
Right. So let me ask you a question. If your man is not compatible with you in regards to hobbies and your leisure events, is he someone you would consider to marry?
Yeah, because honestly, me and my boyfriend and I don't like a lot of the same things. We don't like a lot of the same things actually right now. Like he meditates, I don't meditate. He likes to, I don't know, he's just into different things that I'm just not into, and vice versa.
So what made you get next to him? But like what made you want to deal with him?
I feel like we really connected spiritually. I know that sounds crazy, but like when we were friends, the conversations we used to have just about like frequency and vibrations, and like we used to always, like, I believed in Christianity, he believed in like the 5%er. We used to always like have debates and just kind of compare how similar the religions are. We just kind of like, our conversations were like conversations I never had with any man. So I was just kind of impressed. Like I just thought he was so smart, you know?
Okay, fellas, would you be with your lady if she didn't share and she wasn't compatible in any of your leisure hobbies or your leisure activities?
Yeah. My wife doesn't like basketball. She oh my gosh, she used to get on my nerve. I used to go play basketball at the park, and I'm doing all the moves, I'm going behind the back, I'm doing no look passes. She's sitting there talking to the other girls. And I'm like, are you not paying attention to what I'm doing out here? She's like, oh. she's just like totally disconnected. Like, and she doesn't play video games. She does like, but I love my little baby girl. So it's just there's more like Bliss is saying. There's more to it than just trivial things that we want for ego's sake. So
Yeah, I told you, men are really focus on suitability. We really don't do compatibility.
What is suitability? I want to make sure, is that more like complementary instead of the same? Like, is that more so what, you know what I mean? What is suitability to you?
Break it down,
Suitability
Jeff.
is not complementary. When you use complementary, complementary is taking away the importance of the purpose, right? The suitability, here's what complementary is: a pocket square.
Hold on, Chef.
When you suit.
Chef, you said something very important, but before you say that, I want to say to Loverboy Lenski, I am so happy that you're in the chat room in the garden. Because if I ever posted that, I would lose every advertisement dollar possible. You are the funniest. Yo, Loverboy Lenski might be the funniest sexual man I ever met in my life. He is crazy. He is crazy. All right, go ahead, Chef. Yo,
So
he's crazy.
complementary and suitability. Complementary and suitability are different. With complementary is not as important. Complementary is not going to be the pants. It ain't going to be the tie. It ain't going to be the shoes. It ain't going to be the jacket. It's going to be the pocket square.
Right.
That's a compliment, right? Suitability is different. Suitability is going to be the vest. Suitability is going to be the pants. You get what I'm saying? Suitability is going to be something that's also going to be very necessary and pivotal in terms of finding whatever purpose. Because remember, even what Dude said is you got a purpose that you're going to, and to find a woman that is suitable for that purpose, right? It's not complementary. Complementary, you can change it, you can add it. The suitability, especially when it comes to a mate, is going to be more powerful.
Can I share something with you guys? The reason I am kind of advocating for the compatibility is because in my relationship now, sometimes I wonder if we were more compatible, maybe a lot of conversations would go a lot easier and maybe there would be like less conflict. But because we are so different, I feel like we kind of bump heads a lot. So I think I'm seeing through my own experience that like compatibility is important.
So I wanted to say this because I don't know if you caught earlier what I was saying. I wanted to see what you thought about it. How old are you right now?
35.
Okay. So now we know that we normally age, we evolve, and our mindset, our paradigms tend to shift, and we grow into different people. So what I was saying is that for compatibility, especially when we're thinking about a long-term relationship and sticking it out, we do bad math, I believe, because we don't understand that level of mathematics because we haven't learned that type of math yet because we haven't gotten to that point. Like, for instance, if you do let's call it the compatibility math for you and Johnny. I'm giving you a boyfriend named Johnny, mm-hmm. right? And you and Johnny, and you're looking at the compatibility and you see where you are right now, and you see where he is, where you are spiritually, where he is, within 5% nation, where you're growing. Sometimes as you grow, the thing is that math moves, right? 4 becomes a 6 and decimal points move and you carry the 1. Why? Because both you and Johnny are constantly growing. It's a cumulative learning process and you guys are both evolving. So now what you might have seen as compatible in the beginning, at some point down in the distance, not saying you and Johnny can't make it, but y'all may not be compatible in that area anymore because you both have evolved into a separate paradigm within the same conundrum. You get me? And so that's why I always say even we're not good judges because we don't understand that math. I swear to you, if 20 years ago, if I thought I was going to know what I know now, You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
No,
sir.
that's a fact. Because even
But
last year to now is like, I think a lot differently.
right.
Yeah.
And as you think differently, it's like tasting different water that you've never tasted before. The nectar of knowledge brings you life, it brings you wisdom, it brings you understanding, with which all of your math is different now. You're counting with a different kind of currency. You feel me? So I was just throwing that out there to you, like, really, compatibility, it makes things easy for right now. But if you ever had that friend that y'all was always there connected, but sometimes they would annoy you and it didn't seem like it would work, but somehow in the end, 10 years down the road, that's still your homie, and you guys grew a compatibility.
So what does it mean to be compatible? What does that word even mean?
That's my sound effects.
I was like, yo, who's hiding the white lady here?
I was thinking about playing the special clip. My brother Alamidi sent me this.
She sounded like HR, yo.
He sent me a special clip, and I saw this before, and I want to play it, but I don't know if we have enough time. So I was just trying to see it, and I had it off of mute. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was done.
No, I agree with you, Chef. I kind of been praying about it a lot, thinking about
all the
it.
way. Agree, not 50%, all the way.
No, all the way, all the way. I was gonna say, like, I agree with you, and I guess you don't know what you don't know, right? In my realizing how much I don't know, I've come to terms with I'm okay with whatever happens. You know, like however it goes, I'm okay. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
You know, so that's just where I'm at right now.
Yo, listen, are you Haitian?
No, I'm American.
Oh, okay.
Bliss me, one thing.
Disappointed. Why I can't be?
No. You literally sound. You good. Come on, man. You one of the day ones. You sound like one of my cousins. That's what I was like, yo, you find out. We got a lot.
Bliss me, real quick. One thing I would encourage you to focus on more than compatibility is he making you a better you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is he making you a stronger woman? Is now you said he's challenging you intellectually by putting you on to different things. You're impressed by his intellect. You know what I'm saying? But is he continuing to make you a better you? And I feel like that's more important than you guys' compatibility.
That makes a lot of sense. I have to really actually thank you, Willie. I don't know. I have to think about that. And if I'm doing that for him too, right? Like I want the best for him. Like whether he's with me or not.
Wait, hold on, Bliss me. Because every girl says that. But I gotta ask you the real question, and you always keep it real with us, Bliss me. Do you want the best for him because he's with you? Or do you really want the best? And if the best for him is you leaving him, would you leave him?
Yeah. Me and him actually had a talk.
No, she's not going nowhere. She done went to the club with him. She didn't stop. You ain't going nowhere. You done had brunch at KOD's with him. You ain't going nowhere.
No, let me be honest. I'm only entertaining that because there's been a lot of conflict, and I'm starting to be like, this is affecting my mental health. I don't know if anything's worth that much conflict. So just being honest. So that's why I'm like, and then I always think about him too. Like he may not say it, but I believe if I'm feeling that way, he's feeling that way too. So I don't think two people should just be in like mental despair just to have another person around. I just don't. So for me and him, I feel the same way. Like hopefully it can get better. But what I was saying earlier was I've come to terms with I'm okay if it doesn't. Like I just can't sacrifice my mind anymore, you know? So I don't know.
Oh, by the way,
I'm not.
By the way, I want to say that Loverboy Lenski has met his match. Thank you, Gina. Go ahead.
Bliss me. I'm not encouraging you to leave him, but but listen. Hold on.
I'm not encouraging you, but you said but everything.
And that was like, sorry,
can I finish? Can I finish?
Like I don't know if you should leave, but
because but listen. The reason why I said that is because you kind of saying you don't care if you lose him. So you saying that, I don't see why you staying if you don't care if you lose them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you should want to fight.
Like
you should want to fight to keep them. But if you, I mean, I don't want to make it sound harsh, but it seemed like you like, if he go, he go. Like,
no, I didn't say it like that. But all right, I'm gonna stop talking because
No. You know, wait. So let me say
it's
this.
coming out bad, and I don't
Yeah,
mean
it's coming out real bad.
She's meeting. This one right here. I mean, listen. This is your relationship, man, and you know what I mean. Even though I only know you from on the other side of a screen, I kind of want to be more responsible in terms of what I say. But what I feel and what I hear, and even based on some of the feelings you've espoused over the course of this month, you know, where we all been talking in this garden, and what you're saying now, you know, it seems like you got a lot of things that you're considering. Is you sound like you're a great woman and you great to him, but I'm also noticing now, and this is a good thing, that you're really thinking and like you're working through something right now. You feel what I'm saying? So
I make sure I make the right decision because
I understand.
sometimes you could
I don't want
lose
to tell you what to
somebody.
do.
Yeah, make it after the holidays. Get your gifts. Get your gifts. Make it after the holidays. But listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't know the garden became Tinder all of a sudden. There's a lot of matchmaking going on in the garden. We have this, y'all crazy. But with that being said, we're gonna end this show because I'm so happy that we had our first show monetized. We kept it down to a minimum with the cursing. I got a lot of super chats that I'm super grateful about, which you're going to use for equipment and other things. But you know, I don't know where the super chats are going. But if they took it from your account, thank you. It didn't reach anything yet because I haven't linked my account. All those who sent cash apps, I appreciate you. We are super happy that you're here. Most people take the cash apps because the super chats they take 30% off, and the stickers they take 30% off. Because like Chef always said, we hustle on their block, but every donation is appreciated. This is something that I want to do on a permanent basis and go deep into it and to grow with y'all. I know this show. I'm not saying maybe ifs or whatever's. I'm telling you, this show is going to be one of the biggest shows on YouTube, and also social media. And I'm going to have a show on TV soon. So with that being said, I want everybody to please support Conversation with Kings, and everybody that's on my channel, please go to their individual pages. We worked so hard to get here. Go to Conversation with Queens, everybody on their channel, from Hanifa to On the Block with Jen to Mayat to Maricela. Maricela has a page coming up, so please go and check Maricella's page. Her page is going to be dope. She's going to talk about all the times I get on her nerves, and I tell her to do stuff for the benefit of the channel. But please go and support her page. Cheryl, we're waiting for your page as well. Love Walensky, waiting for your page as well. We just want everybody to just really do their thing on our channel. And Willie Dean, we definitely for Willie Dean page, but Willie Dean's trying to give us a head start because when he jumps on, he's gonna get 100 straight up, 100K. So he's gonna let y'all breathe a little bit before I drop my page. But with that being said, you know, I appreciate everyone. Now, Chef, please, when you end this, can you end this with the garden proverbs, but also can you take them to your page immediately?
Nah, the page.
Hold on, we put this on right here. I put it on for you.
All right.
Right.
We actually go on my page. My page is set for 11.
Right.
All right. So I'm giving everybody an opportunity to freshen up their drinks, roll up, do what you got to do. 1, 2, or 3. You know what I mean?
Also, get Darrell up to 900 subs by Friday. Get our horseman to 900 subs by Friday. Thank you.
All right. And then you see what's playing right now. Remember.
And On the Block with Denny.
Friday.
Right.
Remember, Friday, November 26th. That's the Black Friday Smoke Show.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
On my channel. That's coming on at 11 p.m. We may switch the time up and may move up to 10. Never know. Depends on how we end Friday's show.
Right.
But right now, it's set for 11 p.m. So bring the smoke. We ready to talk about anything. And last thing, I sent you. Do you see that link I sent you, King?
Where you send it to?
Kinghormeku. Yeah, I'll just show it here.
Yeah.
It didn't get to you.
No, what link? You didn't send me a link. I put this.
I mean, not a link. I actually sent the image to you.
I didn't get any image.
All right, it's all good. I got this right here, and this is what we doing at 11 o'clock. This is what we doing at 11 o'clock.
Why don't you put on the screen?
Say it again.
Put on the screen like you did this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
Okay. We want to say thank everybody for definitely coming out and supporting.
Can I say some things?
Yeah. Go ahead, E-Black.
Like I said, I appreciate everybody showing up. It's always been fun coming up here. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about ethical leadership. It's a very studious conversation, in terms of how our leaders need to have ethics, and when we follow behind them, we don't realize how they triculate to the ethics of their followers or their employees. So we're going to talk about that.
Okay, definitely.
That's going to be big, Shorty.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm supposed to be doing something about that too, because we really need a template, bro. We need a template of what a leader is. So yeah, that's going to be dope.
That's going to be dope. On the block says on your page, E-Black.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, perfect.
Jen is lightweight mad at me.
I don't get involved in none of that.
No, I made a joke on the show. I said the flowers. No, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't get involved. I don't get involved in none of that. Like, I'm focused on the business at hand. What? Anybody else? Anybody anything to say? Yeah. So, Chef, would you mind leading out with the garden? And unfortunately, I couldn't post what my brother sent me, but hopefully I'll get up next time for next show on Wednesday. Tomorrow is Conversation with Queens, starring Hanifa, On the Block with Jen, Maya, and Maricela. And we have 2 amazing guests coming tomorrow. So please go and support. We should have the flyers early in the morning. I'm supposed to receive it tonight. I didn't receive it, but I need those thumbnails. Thank you. Okay, that's it? Chef?
Can you see it?
No, it's not on here. What is it? So I can post it in the community.
I sent it to your email. Just drop it in.
My email. You said my thing. I'm thinking text. All right.
So anyway, what it is, if you guys go to my page right now,
okay, I got it.
Like, subscribe. I actually have the thumbnail that I'm trying to get up here, trying to share to him.
Right.
E-Black is laughing his ass off. Right.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, go to the screen. You're gonna see the thumbnail. 11 o'clock. We're gonna jump on and talk about something interesting.
Right. It's on the community chat. If you follow me, if you subscribe to me, you should see in the community chat in a few seconds. Please go and support him in the post game. Thank you.
No duckies.
No duckies. I'm gonna have the curtains and shit. I'm gonna have all kind of shit. I'm gonna have all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have unicorns jumping through, unicorns smoking blunts. And we don't
on mine.
It's like you're on probation. Don't worry, I'm gonna use a unicorn that's on parole, so they're gonna.
I don't do none of that.
Yo, so listen, man. We in the garden.
Right.
The garden exists within our sphere, not the manosphere or the black manosphere. It's our sphere.
Right.
And within the garden, we are open place for communication, discourse, understanding, and respect.
Mm-hmm.
And the garden is what we call the True Pill Community Garden, because 1, it is a community, but 2, because we are not red pill, we are not blue pill, we are true pill.
Right.
And within this garden, we have 2 pivotal life forms, the flowers and the rocks. The rocks are pivotal as the life bringers. They bring life to not just our garden, but the rest of the ecosystem that exists around us by virtue of birds and bees and seeding and all of those wonderful things. But what they do that is most beautiful is the fact they use light from the sun through a process called photosynthesis, which creates oxygen that the world breathes and most creatures and mammals breathe. But what's awesome about it is that after we breathe that oxygen in and we expend the waste of that oxygen, which is carbon dioxide,
right,
they then take that carbon dioxide, absorb it, and utilize photosynthesis to breathe life back into us. Just as our wives, our helpmeets, our mates do. They're there for us. They take our crap and metaphorically still breathe life back into us, understanding who we are.
Right.
That's one of the things that makes them precious, pivotal, and they need to be protected. And in the spirit of them needing to be protected, there exists us. We are the rocks. We stand firm on the outer perimeter or periphery of the garden, placed in a way as such to protect the flowers from any undue incursions in there. No one can mistakenly step on one of our roses, our flowers, or our orchids. Why? Because in order to do so, they would first have to succumb to the feeling of sharp pain beneath their feet and think about it twice. We are sharp stone beneath their feet.
Mm-hmm.
We can take it upside their head too, but my man is on probation, so we're gonna go back to the original, the good way. So we stand vigilant to protect the flowers within our garden, and we also protect them from the weeds that may pose as flowers, but still coming into with nefarious intentions. So we know about y'all too.
Mm-hmm.
But we stand vigilant, and we just wish everyone a welcome into your garden, not my garden, your garden. Take your seat, your eternal seat within the garden, but please understand, we protect you as we would protect others from you. So
right.
Please understand, everyone, any undue, nefarious, or disrespectful incursions into our garden will be met with swift justice.
I love it. I love it. Listen, thank you everybody for tonight. First show monetized. I thought it was going to take a little month, but it started early. So we have a lot of restructuring to do in Conversation with Kings, so we could come 2022 with a better product, a better service, and also a better platform for everybody to have their uncensored truth heard without judgment. You know, I am officially the trigger man, just making it a little bit stronger when people hit triggers. I come in here, I say certain things to make you feel a certain way, but don't take any harm for me to make you tougher. All right? So anyway, this is King, aka the Trigger Man, saying things to trigger you in order for you to heal properly. Without further ado, I want to say shout out to 100 Watts. Keep doing what you're doing, young bro. I always respect you and what you stand for. Farida, you know I love you in all your comments. Thank you so much. And also tomorrow, once again, Conversations with Queens. Please go and support them. Tomorrow's gonna be a hell of a show, and we're gonna get it really, really popping in regards to that. Loverboy Linsky.
I came up with a name, yo.
What's the name?
You see how we had the 4 horsemen, right?
Right.
I don't know, man. When you see me, 100 Watts and Vic up there, man, is Chef and the Young Jedis, yo.
Chef
right
and
now,
the
we building. They're the Jedi Knights right now. We building the next evolution of the future of balance, man. And they in good hands. They got the right amount of grace, balance,
right,
but also an understanding of that dark place and the killer instinct. So
Chef and the Young Jedis. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no.
But that's kind of like they're not they background singers.
Nah, that's why I've got to switch it up. But it's that's
why like, when I say 4 horsemen, I mean
we
all equal.
I know what it is that we still building.
Okay, I respect
still
it.
Building.
I respect it.
Yoda, Skywalker. I mean, listen, I got to get some kind of benefit of being old as hell, bro. Let me get my little title. God damn, I can't even make myself a little stripe on my arm, man.
Right. No, they all respect you because everybody know you wise in what you say, and you come from a place of love. So everybody respects you. And I heard the conversations over there, ill. I'm not part of the Insomniac crew because I can't stay up that late. I knock out. If any time when we started, me and Chef, I would fall asleep on Chef on the phone. I can't stay up after a certain time because I wake up at 5:30 every day. No matter what, I wake up early. That's something that's built into me. So with that being said, Shout out to all y'all. I appreciate y'all. Oh, shout out to Victor. Victor understands structure. We understand our place. Shout out to the king. We understand structure. That's why Victor is going to be general one day. Shout out to everybody. But go and support that show, Chef and the Young Jedi's, 100 Watts and Vic. Those guys, their stuff is powerful. Please go and support them. And like I don't think too many people really mess with them when it comes to those conversations, late night conversations, and the world's going to see soon. But once again, 100 Watts. I don't think you know about this. Please, I don't know how to do it, but for those who don't know, Triller just invested $14 million into Black content creators. They're searching for 300 Black content creators, and they're going to give them $2,000 a month for a year, starting January 1st, and then another $2,000 in equity. And Triller's going to go public. You can Google it up. This is facts. I want everybody that's a content creator to actually understand what's going on. And this is what Chef was talking about. Please go and check his page. It's going to be up there in 20 minutes. Please go and support his page. Is cheating a new norm? Monogamy was polygyny. Please. I appreciate everybody for coming out. And once again, David, thank you for the $5,000 donation. This is the 8th time you did it. So that's $40,000 in my pocket. I appreciate you. And no one believes the word I'm saying, but you should. Trust me, you should. With that being said, see y'all soon. Peace. And all those, everybody in the room, stay on stage. We going to have a conversation so I can show you what's going on in regards to the monetization. All right, Brooklyn.